Oh, your streak's gone? Damn. That sucks. My friend Sakyu has like at this point, like a 170 stream streak. And I can barely get up to 3. Okay, let me just check at the notifications on my phone. I always get like a few when I go live. So we're gonna be playing more of the 100 line Last Defense Academy. Last time, we got 79 endings, and we got through a few story locks. That was really exciting, zipping from one part of the chapter select to the other part immediately. That was really fun. So, I was looking when Sodomy and Tabata had Yuri moment, and I saw you were recommended. That's funny. That is really funny. Day 27. Ding dong bing bong. We're hanging out with Hiroko. Sumino, Shizuhara, I assume you know why you're here? Did you need some extra players for a game of Mahjong? Of course not! This is about your unauthorized stay away from school grounds! It wasn't our fault. We were out on a regular exploration mission, but then we had to Akron prick our Dangon Tools joint spigot with a prawn tackle. What? What the fuck? That's right, if we haven't done that, the Burgosh's muffin hole would have reddered all over the happen box. We found the prawn tackle just fine, but actually Akon pricking the Gantul joint spigot was harder than we thought. It's delicate work after all. In the end, it took us 3 whole days. Naturally, we were lying through our teeth. We were just making up a bunch of nonsense words we hoped sounded convincing. What the fuck? I can't believe this. What a strange way to start the stream. We'd had a little strategy meeting before we came here to get our story straight. It had the intended effect. Sina and Nigo were stunned into silence, trying to make sense of the gibberish we bombarded them with. We were waiting a full 30 seconds before they spoke again. So, what exactly is a dangle to whatchamacallit? And what does the beaver gash thingammy have to do with it? Even if we tried to explain, you wouldn't understand. Suffice it to say, we had to deal with a certain phenomenon to prevent the entire special defense unit from being wiped out. We knew about it thanks to our previous experiences in the time loop. It caused us no end of suffering in other timelines. So you were out there trying to save the rest of the team? And working at it solidly for 3 whole days? Brain error 404, yeah. We both nodded, our faces completely serious. I don't know about this. It does sound a mite suspicious. Oh, so that's your attitude, is it? In that case, maybe we'll stop sharing information about the enemy with you. Are you okay with that? Ugh! Your new and improved Dolmetic cognitive reconstruction therapy process was only made possible because of my advice, isn't that right? I suppose so! Thanks to that, we brainwashed Ava much faster than we were expecting. And it's so complete that we never had to worry about it coming undone. Provided she isn't subjected to a very powerful mental shock, that is. You see what I'm saying? Takumi and I are on your side. We always have the team's best interest in mind. That's how we've made it all the way to day 27 without a single member entering total death. Oh, fine. Have it your way. If it'll help us win the war, anything goes. We'll do whatever you want. Well then. Yeah, you're off the hook. You're allowed to stay outside school grounds without prior notice. Just make sure you're here on battle days, alright? Yeah, they did brainwash Ava for good this time. Sorry, Patrick. After finishing up our talk with Side and Nigo, Hiroko and I made our way to the library. Back to look for reflections, huh?
Oh.
You do want to find a way out of this loop, don't you? Yeah, of course, but will we really find it in that book? All we know is that Professor Inone was researching the time loop and read up his findings. My bond with Tsubasa and Doremi are at 5. Oh, that's great. I've only got a few of them at 5. Let me check. A bond rate. Okay, 5 with Hiroko, 5 with Doremi as well. 5 with Kako. 5 with Nozomi. It's our only lead. We have to take that chance.
What are we going to do about Kako-ji?
I don't know. I thought about it all last night, and I still haven't come up with anything.
When's the next time we can leap? Day 31 between 1:50 and 5:10 p.m. 4 days from now. But we still can't leap to the mystery timeline. It's going to stay blocked off for the next 50 days. Why 50 days? When a timeline is locked, it automatically opens up again after 50 days. If Kako-ji left on day 24, it would be at least day 74 before we can follow her. It'd be way too late to stop her by then. Exactly. I'm honestly stumped. Sorry, I started the stream way too early. Way too late. And I did run the ad break, but now it's starting again. Moko, Tsubasa, and Doremi are the only ones to have 5 with? Oh, Moko too. Cool. If I get any free time, I'm going to give Eito more gifts to get his bond up to 5. Because he's so interesting. We'll just have to put the whole Kako-ji issue on hold for now. Okay. We're stopping for another ad break. I can take the time to eat a muffin. I have chocolate chip muffins and blueberry muffins. Oh, Moko doesn't have any commander kills? I gave most of my commander kills to Moko, Kiriko, Takumi, Yugamu. Muffins are delicious. Chocolate chip ones. The chocolate chip muffins are a lot firmer than the blueberry muffins I get. Those ones are really soft and sticky. I get them from a local grocery store. Doremi has 9? Oh, cool. She's your strongest fighter. I think Takumi is my strongest fighter. Okay, ad break ends in 3 minutes. Let me get this muffin out. Yeah, I've been doing the simple explorations. Thank you for that. I am getting a little bit of materials just for the gifts. This chocolate chip muffin has many, many, many chocolate chips. I know it's frustrating, but it's the only thing we can do. Kako-G still weighed heavily on my mind, but I tried to concentrate on searching for the book instead. Finding a way out of the loop was just as important, if not more so. I knew that, and I really did try to focus, but... Ugh, this is so irritating. 60% of these shelves searched, and still nothing. Maybe it really isn't here. Don't say that. It's here. It has to be. How can you be so sure? Instinct? That's all? Don't underestimate my instincts. So it's somewhere in the 40% we haven't checked yet. I hope you're right. Hope has nothing to do with it. What if it isn't here? What? What are you going to do if it's not here? How will you take responsibility for that? She's not making any sense. What am I even supposed to say here? Anyway, I'm done for today. Go do whatever you want until tomorrow. Having reached her limit, Hiroko stormed out, the clacking of her heels echoing down the halls as she went. What was that all about? Oh, they're cracking me up. I decided to ignore Kirako's weird outbursts for now. It was probably just the stress of the last few days getting to her. It would be evening soon. After getting my thoughts in order, I headed out like usual. What should I do with the rest of my day? We gotta go give Aetho more gifts. What route am I on? Let's see. What route is this? Whoops. Let's see. It doesn't have a name. Kiriko is calling it the steady fundamental timeline, I believe. Aetho loves his e-readers, so let me give him some more e-readers. People like potted plants? That's cool. Affinity went up by 5. Ding dong bing bong. I still couldn't take my mind off the Kako-G problem, but it was like Hiroko said, there was nothing we could do. I need to make finding the book my first priority. Who knows, maybe I'll come up with a way to deal with Kako-G while I'm searching. I got into bed and let the tide of sleep wash over me. Within a few minutes, I was out like a light. You meant Ava, not that dude? Oh. Ava likes potted plants. Day 28. Ding dong bing bong. You're late, you blithering half-wit. Can I at least take my time over breakfast? Just get to work. I don't want to waste time talking. We've got 40% of the library still to check. That metempsychosis book has to be in here somewhere. Give it your all and find it. Before I could reply, Hiroko disappeared into the upper part of the room. Her eyes had looked bloodshot. She was just as stressed out today as she had been yesterday. I didn't want to think about how she'd react if we didn't find the book today. Not wanting to let that happen, I plunged into the search, trembling with a kind of desperate determination. Ava is mommy? I would prefer her not to be brainwashed because she's just an incredible person. The day wore on and the moment I've been dreading finally arrived. Ugh, I can't take this anymore. I'm going to burn all these books to ashes. Whoa, calm down, Hiroko. We've still got like 30% to go. We still have a chance of finding it and... No. We've been searching for days and there's still no sign of it. It's not in here. We won't know that for sure until we've checked it all. Somewhere along the way, our roles had been reversed. How did that happen? We'll just have to order it online. I don't think they deliver out here. Then what do we do? If we can't find that book, we'll be stuck in this forever. I'm going back to my room. Take the rest of the day off. Be seeing you. Hiroko left, her eyes downcast. Unlike yesterday, she didn't seem angry or stressed so much as emotionally exhausted. Oh, you meant other than being killed? Yeah. The alternative of her dying would be worse. It was evening. I still had some free time left. I went back to my room to center myself, then headed out. What should I do today? We've got to give Aethan more e-readers. He loves them. Every time we give him a new one, he's like, oh my god, Takumi, you're so great. It also just uses machines, which I have 1,200 of, so... Look, our bond is up to 4 now!
I'm not trying to complain about you letting me live, but life in this place is just so boring. Can't you at least bring me a book or two from the library? Preferably something about Earth's beautiful nature.
I keep giving you e-readers, dude. What are you doing with them? You already have books. They're in the e-reader. Just open them up. You need to grind for more materials? Yeah, me too.
Ugly humans destroyed most of the books on that subject. Simply because they're not interested in anything outside of their precious complex. But I get the feeling this library might have something. We can read about it together. A mere glimpse of the planet's natural beauty on a printed page would be enough to purify your heart. Then you'd be filled with consuming anger for the pernicious race that lay waste to it. Just like I am. So why don't we have a nice, friendly reading session, Takumi? You never know what effect the right book may have on your life.
Ding dong bing bong. We're such good friends with Atho. He loves us. Reflections on imprecatory metempsychosis is still a no-show. Is it in the library or not? We've come too far to give up now. I'll see the search through to the very end. Will Hideko be there tomorrow? I still had some fears and doubts in my mind, but they all faded into the background as I drifted off to sleep. I forgot to clip the 2 things that happened that were really funny. Day 29. Ding dong bing bong. I'll have to go back. It's at the beginning of the stream, which is great. After breakfast, I made my way to the library. You know what? I don't know what imprecatory means. So let me Google it. Imprecatory? Even though Google has ruined its search engine. Imprecatory. Merriam-Webster. Of, relating to, or being imprecation, invoking evil, cursing. Imprecatory means invoking evil. Is metempsychosis a real word too? Yes, it is. The passing of the soul at death into another body, either human or animal. What the hell? Not what I expected those words to mean. Somebody else was there already. They had their back to me, but it was clearly a girl with long dark hair. Hey Hideko, good to see you. At the sound of my voice, she turned around, but it wasn't Hideko. Oh, good morning, Mr. Sumino. Ava, what are you doing here? Studying. I thought it would be useful if I knew more about your culture and customs. How about you? There was a chance you knew something about the book I needed. It wouldn't do any harm to ask anyway. Have you ever heard of a book called Reflections on Imprecatory Metempsychosis? Ava thought for a moment and shook her head. No, I haven't. I'm sorry. That's too bad. I don't suppose you know anything about time loops? Oh yes, I know all about them. What? It's where young men and women go wild together in a swimming facility after dark, with colorful lights everywhere. It's an evening of debauchery and hedonism, isn't that right? That's a night pool, not a time loop. You got the last word backwards. Oh? Clearly, Ava didn't know anything that could help me. Well, I must be going. I have to give Miss O. Suzuki a massage later. Why am I not surprised? Please excuse me. As soon as Ava left the room, someone else appeared from behind the stacks. Hideko, how long have you been there? A while. I skipped breakfast and came here first thing this morning. So you heard me talking just now? Of course. You should be more careful. Mentioning the loop could have unintended consequences. The loop and Crypto Globe are connected, so I thought Ava might know something about it. But she didn't. Leaking information to her only makes things riskier for us. I just asked about them in general. I didn't tell her we were stuck in one. It should be fine. Hideko furrowed her brow. Fine. Let's just get started on our work for today. Right, reflections on imprecatory metempsychosis. Here we come. However, things are starting to look bad, aren't they? Yeah, I'd say we've searched around 80% of what's here. Just 20% to go. What if we ask the others for some help? How are we supposed to explain what we're doing without telling them about the loop or our parallel leaping? Maybe it's time we did tell them. Did you forget what I told you back on day 11? Telling them practically guarantees the worst possible outcome. I've lived through 146 loops and there's never been a single exception. We're on our own then. Yes, we'll have to hope for the best from this remaining 20%. Rip. Rip, rip, rip. Rest in peace. Hideko and I left the library and I went back to my room. Part of me wanted to keep searching for it right up until nighttime, but I knew that wouldn't be practical. I had to strengthen my bonds with my other teammates if we were going to work together effectively. Guess I should go find someone to hang out with. After a little mental cleanup, I headed out on my rounds like usual. Oh, like usual? Yeah, like usual. We need to give Ato more e-readers. Because he can't get enough of them. Free time! Now we just need to give him 3 more e-readers, and then we'll have maxed out his bond. We'll probably finish our search of the library in 2 days. If we still haven't found the book after that, then I'll deal with that when the time comes. I tried not to think about what the future might hold and counted sheep until I fell asleep. Counting sheep? He's getting his honk shoes in. Me, 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 me. Honk shoe. Me, 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 me. Day 30. We were approaching the worst case scenario. It wasn't a sure thing just yet, but the little hope we had was dwindling away rapidly. Evening had already arrived. Hideko and I stopped searching for books and regrouped. The seconds ticked by in silence. She didn't have to say anything. I knew what she was thinking. Don't worry, I'm sure it'll be in the last 10%. You really think so? Yes, absolutely. My words didn't do a lot to reassure her. She turned to me with a weary expression like she was carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. Takumi, do you believe in miracles? I wasn't prepared for a question like that. I had no idea how to answer it.
I think if you keep believing in something for long enough, you can make it happen. You can absolutely overcome any obstacle in your way.
Yeah, Takumi, that's the spirit. I'm gonna make it to 225 words per minute someday. I'll soar past 120, 140, and 160. Straight to 180, then to 200, and then 225.
I don't know if that counts as a miracle or not, but it's good enough for me.
Did you steal that line from someone? It's far too philosophical for a servant like you. At least that's what I'd usually say, but I'm not in the mood for it today. What? Alright, I've decided. I'll believe too. In miracles? No, not miracles. What I want to believe in is... Hideko stared at me intensely. I froze up, gulping nervously, and then... Phew, that was a close one. I was about to start spouting corny lines myself. It could have been my imagination, but it looked like Hideko was blushing. Just a little. All we can do now is push through to the end. The day after tomorrow, that is. The day after tomorrow? Tomorrow is no good. We have other plans, remember? Of course, it's going to be day 31. Exactly. That means we can leap again. Where are we going this time? I haven't decided yet. Let's talk about it tonight. Okay, see you after dinner in the usual place. Sounds good. I parted ways with Hideko and returned to my room before heading out on my usual rounds. I think it's really funny that Hideko said that she wanted Takumi to be one of her life partners at the end of her bond event. I don't know what Ato is even complaining about. He has so many e-readers now. Hey, Hideko, I noticed something on my device earlier. Take a look. I showed her the screen. It was currently displaying the map of the different timelines. This is the Hunt mystery route. What about it?
Huh?
Sorry, there was a siren going off in the background. Kako G left to this timeline on day 24, right? Then it splits into the Hunt and Mystery lines on day 25. All this time, we've been fixated on just one of those branches, the Mystery timeline. It's only natural since our goal has been to prevent the murders that happen there. That's right. And as I've told you several times now, it's been locked so we can't leak there anymore. Yeah, I know. But putting the murders aside for a moment, what if we focus on catching Kako G instead? I see. There's still another branch she exists in that hasn't been locked. Right, we just had to leap to the Invader Hunt timeline. The Killing Game route. The two of us snuck out of school and headed toward the lab. Everything looks good. The Hunt timeline hasn't been blocked off. So we can leap there? Yes, but not right now. The blood space waves won't be at their peak until tomorrow afternoon at 1:50 p.m. At least we know that. And we have a real chance of catching Kako G now.
We still won't be able to do anything about the murders in the mystery timeline.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we should just let her run wild in the other one, does it?
You're right. We should treat her and get rid of that Gi parasite in her head. There's another thing too. But bear in mind, it's only a theory. I think the sponsor behind the Invader Hunt killing game is probably Kako G too.
She's the one who set it up so everyone would have to kill each other?
It would make sense, wouldn't it? There's no one else who'd be in a position to mastermind it.
Okay, question here to go. Question. Got one question. Atho. Why is there an Atho running around in the other timelines? An extra one. And if Kako G is the mastermind, then how does she get mixed up with Atho?
So if we stop her in that timeline, we can stop the killing game from happening.
Sounds like we've decided on our destination. Yeah, tomorrow we're leaping to the Invader Hunt timeline. Hideko, I want to ask you something about the Hunt timeline. I don't have any memories of it. What exactly happened there? Like I said, we were forced to participate in a killing game called the Invader Hunt. Right, I do remember the name. It appeared on the blackboard on day 25 of the Hunt mystery timeline. There was also a tape recorder left on the teacher's desk. It had a message that mentioned it too. But that's all I know. I must not have gotten my memories back yet.
Oh.
Sorry, another siren. To put it simply, we were offered a chance to participate in the game. The Hunt timeline is what happened when you agreed to it. And then the Invader Hunt took place. But what about after that? What actually happened during the game? I don't really know either. My memory of it ends on day 30. Why? Because... Hideko let out a deep sigh. Day 30 is the day I was killed. Day 31. Ding dong bing bong. That afternoon, Hideko and I made our way to the lab once more. That does it for the settings. Now we just need to put on our suits and wait. Hey, how exactly are we going to treat Kako G? The same way we did Takumi G. But I thought Takumi G only had Gi data inside him. The Gi didn't physically travel back in time when the loop resets, but it's different with Kako G. She's from the Box of Calamity timeline, where an actual Gi parasite crawled into her brain. True, that's why when we catch her, the first thing we'll do is cut off her head. Huh? Don't look at me like that. We'll bring her back afterwards, but that's not all we'll do. If we revive her right away, the record of her brain inside the revival-matic will still include the Gi data. It will reconstruct her neural pathways the way they are now, making it the same as if she were still possessed. Kind of like what happened with Takumi G. That's right. Hence why we'll treat her in the same way. with the repair program on the thumb drive? It made sense, but did we really have to cut off her head first? I pushed aside my gloomy thoughts and got into my suit. Kiriko did the same. Remember, this timeline is basically uncharted territory. Neither of us know what's going to happen there, so... I know, we have to be careful. And I will be, don't worry. And just like that, it was time. 1:50 p.m. on the dot. Here we go. Hey, aren't these suits going to make us stand out? It would be even worse if we took them off, especially for me. Alright, the you from this timeline is already dead. If anyone saw me walking around alive again, they'd probably burn me like they did to witches in the Middle Ages. Guess we'll just have to be extra careful not to get caught. I agree, let's get going. We made our way to the unmarked room on the first floor, the one we called the capsule room. We should be safe in here. Back in Steady Fundamental, this is where we put 8 though, but I guess not in this timeline. What's our plan from here? First and foremost, we need information to help us pin down Kakoji's whereabouts. Just then the unthinkable happened. The door opened and somebody stepped into the room. It was the me from this timeline, Takumi 4. When he moved fast. He spun around and ran for the door. I couldn't let him escape. I dove forward and barely managed to stop him.
Hey! Let me go!
I remember this! I remember this so clearly. Takumi has no clue what happened after this. Takumi 4 struggled to get out from under me. Naturally, in terms of strength, we were equally matched. Gravity was on my side, though. I had him pinned down for the moment, but it would only be a matter of time before he threw me off. I had to do something. I had to keep him from getting away, just as I was at my wit's end. Kiriko drew close and, with the voice changer in her helmet activated, whispered something to the other me. We have nothing to do with the invader hunt. All at once, the fight seemed to go out of Takumi 4. A few moments later, he lost consciousness completely.
Good thing I brought this anesthetic.
You've been walking around with that stuff this whole time?
Yes, I carry it as a kind of lucky charm.
How strong is it? How long do we have?
This batch is pretty strong. He'll probably be out for 12 hours or so.
We carried the unconscious Takumi 4 to one of the capsules and stowed him inside it. What now? With Takumi 4 inside that capsule, everyone will think he's gone missing. We don't want them to come looking for him. Fortunately, I have a plan. You want me to take Takumi 4's place and get information out of everyone? Don't act like you don't want to. You've already taken off your leap suit. What are you going to do, though? I'll stay here. I need to keep an eye on Takumi 4. But remember, our time here is limited. We need to leap back by 5:10 p.m. It's probably best if we leave the school by 4 o'clock p.m. Have you got that? It was already 3:20 p.m. That only gave me 40 minutes. I hurried at the door and got to work. Oh! That's why everyone was like, but Takumi, we talked earlier. What do you mean? And Takumi's like, but I don't remember talking to anyone. He thought he was asleep for like 12 hours. So that's why there was a Takumi walking around asking people questions. It's because this Takumi took his place. Okay, that's really funny. I couldn't find anyone on the first or second floors. Finally, I got to the 3rd floor and charged into the rec room. What is everyone doing in here? What do you mean? Where have you been, Takumi? Kako. My heart almost leapt right out of my chest, but then I realized my mistake. This wasn't Kako-ji. I could tell by the look in her eyes. Is something wrong? No, I'm fine. It's nothing really. I brushed her off and took another look around the room. There were 9 of them here in total. I'd said everyone a moment ago, but we were still missing some members. Eito, Gaku, Darami, Kudata, Ava, and Hiroko 4 were nowhere to be seen. Of them, there were 2 whose absences I couldn't explain. Hey, where's Darami? She still hasn't opened her eyes. And Kudata? Huh? Takumi, what's wrong with you? If this is a joke, it is not funny. Kudata, she... You refused to take part in the game, and... Takumaru trailed off. Everybody looked heartbroken. It didn't take a genius to figure out what had happened. He'd been killed by the Invader Hunt's mysterious sponsor by Kako-ji. We all figured we couldn't stay depressed about it forever. So we decided to have a memorial in here tonight. Not just for Kudata, but Gaku and Hiroko and the others too. Now that the killing game or Invader Hunt or whatever is over, we can finally take some time to grieve. Wait, what? I know we've had our differences in the past, but it's time to put them behind us. But wait a minute, what do you mean the game is over? Everyone looked at each other in confusion. Seriously, man, what's up with you today? The sponsor died this morning, remember? They died? Yep. Burned to a crisp by undying flames. You were right there with us when it happened.
They were wearing that curious suit with the big helmet, so we never managed to figure out who they really were.
But they're dead and gone now. That much is obvious.
Their body was burned away completely. There was nothing left of them afterwards.
They screamed in this really weird way at the end. It sounded kind of like...
So yeah, game's over. You really don't remember any of that? I was more confused than ever now, but I didn't want to let it show and make things worse. I did my best to smile and sound at least halfway normal. Oh yeah, of course, I remember now. I hit my head in the hallway a while back and things have been a little fuzzy since then. I don't think they bought my excuse, but no one called me out on it either. I needed to get back to Hiroko and tell her about this. I pulled out my device and checked the time. 4:02 p.m? Okay, I have to go now. Oh man, I'm feeling dizzy all of a sudden. Guess I'm not fully recovered yet. Sorry, but I think it's best if I call it a night here. See you tomorrow, guys. I made my excuses and headed for the door, but never made it that far. In my rush, I lost my footing and... my head slammed into the ground. Weirdly, I didn't feel any pain, because before I could even feel it, my consciousness suddenly faded away. Still here? Hello. Day 32. Lurking and twerking? Oh, have fun with that. I woke up suddenly, sitting bolt upright. The first thing I did was checking my device. You're playing 100 Line as well? Cool. Nice to know we're playing it together. The time was 4:27 p.m. The date? Day 32? I'd been knocked out for a whole day, which meant I'd also missed the window to leap out of this timeline. This is bad. I have to go find Hiroko. I got to my feet and opened the door. But before I could leave, someone else came charging in. You're on the killing game route? Ah. It was Tsubasa. She looked tense and jittery. She was clearly worried about something. Takumi, yeah, you look fine. In that case, come with me. It's an emergency. I didn't get a chance to say no or even ask where we were going. Tsubasa just dragged me along with her. Eventually, we stopped outside a door on the first floor. The gym? I haven't told the others about this yet. You're the captain, so I figured you should be the first to know. Tsubasa got up on stage and walked toward the corner of the room. I followed her. She stopped and knelt down to open a trap door in the floor. I already knew it was there. I remembered it from the mystery timeline. This leads to the escape pod storage, right? Good. Sounds like you haven't forgotten everything. Apparently Takumi 4 knew about it too. Come on, there's something I need to show you. She disappeared into the darkness. As I climbed down after her, I had a bad feeling about what might be waiting for me down there. The ruined escape pod? Finally, we reached the bottom. I looked around and... yep. Hey, what's the matter? Aren't you shocked about this? Honestly, I wasn't. I'd seen the exact same thing happen in another timeline after all. But it would seem unnatural for me to be too calm. I had to put on some kind of act. Whoa, what the heck? The escape pod's been totally wrecked. Right? This is really, really bad, right? Looked like I was in the clear. I wasn't much of an actor, but acting surprised that I could handle. Not that it even mattered right now. Even if I'd seen it happen before, the escape pod being put out of commotion was still a serious matter. Do you know what did this, Tsubasa? Yeah, I just got through analyzing the damage before I came to see you. Let me explain. The corrosion's been caused by something called particle bacteria. It erodes matter on a molecular level, so it's invisible to the naked eye until the damage starts to show. The bacteria eats away at metal to grow stronger. Actually, I'm not sure if eat is the right word. Technically, it's more like the energy released during the oxidation process allows its cells to reproduce. Don't be fooled by the bacteria part of the name. It's not really alive, just a chemical substance. That said, we're talking about something that randomly occurs in quantum level space, so there's not a lot we know about it. This was new information. I guess that's because when I found the pod in the mystery timeline, Tsubasa wasn't there to investigate it. Like I said, this is really, really bad. I mean, with the pod in this condition, we won't be able to get away when the final attack launches on day 100. That means on day 100 we'll be wiped out too. Tsubasa gulped and nodded. Can you repair it? Not the way it is now. I'd have to get rid of the particle bacteria first. Is that possible? Tsubasa took out a photograph and showed it to me. Yeah, but I'll need some of this. QB liquid. It's the only thing that can purge the bacteria. I had no idea where to find it though. What about the biolab? I looked in there already. This is rare stuff. I don't think there's a single vial of it in the whole school. At this point, the only thing we can do is search around in the ruins outside and hope for the best. Tsubasa and I went our separate ways for now. Once she was out of sight, I hurried back to the capsule room. The moment I got inside, I was greeted with a yell so loud it hurt my ears. You're late! What in the world have you been doing all this time, you hopeless nitwit? I'll explain everything, but first, where's Takumi for? I got bored of him and decided to pluck out every single hair on his body. Huh? I'm kidding, he's still in the capsule. He did wake up at one point, but I gave him another dose to put him under again. All that anesthetic can't be good for him. Now, you were about to explain why you've been keeping me waiting? If I'm not satisfied with your excuse, I'll twist your body into a double helix. I didn't want that to happen, obviously. I proceeded to give Hirako a full dramatic reenactment of what I'd experienced the day before. I see. The sponsor is dead, and they screamed "Ski" when they died. I think it's safe to assume it was Kakoji. No one else in this timeline could possibly be infected. That's too bad. We've come all this way, and now we won't be able to cure her. Hirako sighed. I couldn't see her face, but she sounded thoroughly demoralized. I could understand why. Kako may have been possessed, but she was still our friend, and now she was gone. Not to mention, it was Hirako who'd sent her into this timeline to begin with. She was probably feeling guilty about all this. As for the escape pod, well, it's just like I told you. Particle bacteria. Haven't heard that one before. There's something I still don't understand. Why is the pod fine in all of the other timelines? It's only the mystery timeline in this one where it's been corroded like that. There's probably a quantum theory explanation for that. When you look at the universe on the smallest possible scale, everything comes down to chance. The slightest change in a single atom's placement can lead to dramatic changes. It's impossible to predict how it will all play out. So the reason the particle bacteria didn't form in the other timelines is pure luck. It just so happens to occur here, but nowhere else. Is that luck going to affect the other timelines as well? Of course. Those changes are part of what creates the infinite parallel universes out there. What? Sorry, this is all too complicated for a peon like you to understand, isn't it? Urgh! Let's get back to the more immediate problem. Right, if the pod is still out of action when the final attack launches on day 100, everyone here will die. I know this isn't our timeline, but I don't want to just abandon them. I feel the same. Let's see if we can find that QB liquid, but first... Phew, looks like we made it. Yes, we're lucky our window to leap is still open. I've never known the blood space waves to remain this high for so long. Must be another quirk of quantum probability. The time limit's getting closer, though. We need to get into our leap suits. Can't we take a little break? We've been running non-stop since we left the school. The next window's not until day 45. If we miss this chance, we'll have to stay here until then. Is that what you want? No, I know that, but... And there'll be another attack tomorrow. We need to be in steady fundamental to help them fight. I know, but we'll look for the QB liquid when we get the chance, right? We'll talk about this later. Come on, we've only got 5 minutes. I did as Hiroko said and got into my leap suit while she set up the machine. And then... Alright, let's go home. Looks like we stayed out past curfew again. We still haven't made it back the day before battle. Sire and Nigo can't complain about that. What are you going to tell the others this time? Maybe we should lean into the rumors and say we were really making babies. Hirako's face immediately went beet red. I'll let that slide since we need you for battle tomorrow. But next time you say something like that, you're getting the double helix treatment. She stormed out into the school, leaving me in the dust. QB liquid. Are we really going to be able to find any? I gazed up the starry night sky inside. Just one more thing to worry about. Making babies. Day 33. That concludes your briefing on the enemy we'll be facing this time.
Are there any questions?
Pardon a mentally defective simpleton like me for asking, but if we know which days the enemy is going to attack, why don't we set up more traps and stuff to slow them down? Good grief. You really are a simpleton if you can't figure that out.
If we did that, the invaders would know that we know when they're coming, you see?
And then they changed up their strategy to try and throw us off.
Before you know it, we wouldn't have a clue when they were going to attack or which commanders they'd be sending.
In other words, we'd lose our biggest strategic advantage. Correcto mundo. That's why we've got to exercise a certain amount of subtlety. Hiroko smirked. It had probably been her idea for Sire to tell everyone that. Why do we have to attack so early anyway? She does like cats. Yes, of course she does. She loves cats. That's actually a good question. They seem to attack at night or early morning a lot. I bet it's because they're jealous of my beautiful, healthy skin. You mean they're disrupting our sleep patterns in an attempt to undermine our skincare regime?
You know what? Now it's personal. You actually care about your skin, Tatami. I'm surprised you can even breathe through all that makeup you slather on. Better than sweating like a pig inside that mask. The whole thing stinks like an unwashed jockstrap, you know? No way! My precious mask!
Don't worry, Miss Suzuki. I do not detect any such body odors.
Phew! That's a relief.
There is a smell like defecation, though.
That's even worse!
Hey, Ava, about today's battle. I'll be joining you, of course. Are you really sure about this?
You're not going to turn on us part way through or anything?
That won't happen, I guarantee it.
Miss Ava's a fully fledged member of our team now. You must trust her.
Yes, please trust me. And we'll kill lots of invaders, those disgusting invaders, together. As we were talking, the morning announcement played. It wouldn't be long now. Ding dong, bing bong. Sure enough, a few seconds later. Okay, guys, let's do this. Special Defense Unit, move out! I can eat more of my muffin now. Economy is pretty great. Wait until you get to the Red Snom route. You'll love her. Even more.
Did you see, everyone? I'm killing these revolting invaders just like you.
If you could have her as a partner in real life, you would? That's sweet.
Thanks, Ava. You helped us make it through the first wave without any major problems.
According to Sire, though, the real battle's still to come.
Yeah, we haven't seen the commander yet.
What was this one's name again?
I believe it was something like... Alan, get a clue?
Adamaku.
It's Adamaku.
Come on, guys, don't get distracted.
Stay strong, everyone.
Oh, you didn't kill a baby and now you're going to? Alright. Rip in peace the baby. Adam with a shoe.
You know, rates of depression among shoe salesmen are higher than in any other industry.
Emo, what?
That's not even a joke anymore. How sad.
Let's give the poor guy a break. Preferably a permanent one. Focus, guys! Here we go!
The final fight was actually kind of hard. I see. I don't remember that fight for the Killing Game route. It's been a really long time. Killing Game, I think, was my 4th route.
Looks like my chicken wing Majero drop did the trick. Are we naming our attacks now? So, what are we going to do with Aaron Take-A-Pew?
Adamak,
we should kill him immediately.
Nah, ain't no point in that.
I agree. He is already vanquished.
He's not even moving anymore. He's totally dead, huh?
don't let your guards down yet.
Slasher seems like a great route to have be one of your first ones.
There's still a chance she's going to show up again.
Hitoko had barely finished speaking when it happened. A figure appeared on the battlefield like a bolt of lightning. They landed next to Adamaki's body, snatched it up and threw it with all their might. It hurtled across the sky, flying in an elegant arc. Finally, it disappeared from view, landing somewhere outside the wall of fire. We watched it go, then turned our attention back to the new arrival. It was, of course...
Freshness.
So, you're still alive.
It will take more than a little firework like that to defeat me. I wasn't able to save Valagarzo and Zanshin's bodies from the blast, but we all have to make sacrifices.
The Undying Flame Bomb didn't kill Veshnes in any of the other timelines. Hideko and I both knew that. But I've been holding on to a vain hope that maybe things would be different this time. This timeline's explosive was supposed to be a lot stronger than the others after all. We really hadn't known for sure whether she would show up at the end of this battle or not. All we'd been able to do was tell everyone, via C-Day of course, that it was a possibility.
C-Ray did warn us about this, so I'm not totally shocked. I'm still surprised though.
Surprised but not shocked?
Aren't they essentially the same thing?
I think the whole team felt that way. They all seemed a lot less sure of themselves than they had a moment ago.
Don't despair, everyone. Let's kill this odious invader without delay.
You've betrayed us to side with the enemy, Ava. Have you forgotten our family pride?
Shut the hell up, you nasty bitch.
You nasty bitch.
I'm going to shove my hand so far up your ass your back teeth will clatter.
It sounded like the new and improved brainwashing process had made some interesting changes to Ava's vocabulary.
Have it your way. I'll just have to show you the kind of calamity that befalls traitors like you.
Bring it on, skank. I'll break open your head and suck your brains up through a bendy straw.
Excuse me? Veshnes kicked off from the ground and transformed in midair. When she landed, the ground trembled underneath us.
You guys, this is your first time fighting her, right?
Huh? Of course! Why are you even asking? Yeah, what do you mean, our first time?
Almost sounds like you fought her before, Takumi.
No, of course I haven't. How could I? At any rate, she's really strong. I assume. So be careful.
Thanks for making me even more nervous.
Don't worry. We can win if we all work together.
Yeah, Ain't nothing to it, let's do it.
Kill. Kill. Kill!
Bow down!
To battle!
We did it!
Whoops.
Curious. She wasn't nearly so formidable as I was expecting.
Ding dong, the bitch is dead! The special defense unit comes out on top again!
Curse you!
Oh no! She's still alive!
Of course I am. If your bomb didn't kill me, what makes you think your little guns and swords could? I have to compliment you, though. I never thought you'd give me this much trouble.
How about you surrender now and make it easier on yourself?
Fools! I can't die yet. I will win this war, even if I have to violate the teachings to do it. What? Farewell. For now.
With that, Veshness was gone.
Phew.
We did it! Go us!
You're light years too soon to take us on, loser!
But don't light years measure distance.
Don't sweat the details. It's all about sounding cool.
Looks like we won again!
There's only one thing left to do.
Yeah, let's do it!
1, 2...
Special Defense Unit! Best in the world! Indestructible and undefeated! Never lose! Never yield! Special Defense Unit, fight on!
I am almost done with this muffin. Everyone was in a good mood, but Veshness's words still haunted me. Even if I have to violate the teachings. Was this timeline's version of her ready to start absorbing cryptoglobin now? It was an unsettling thought, but I didn't want to ruin everyone's fun.
I'll worry about this later.
I pushed aside those worries and joined the others in celebrating our victory. Day 34. Ding dong bing bong. Immediately after I heard the usual morning announcement, Yugamu rushed into my room. Takumi, it's an emergency. Come with me. What happened? I ran down the hall with Yugamu until we arrived at the parking lot. I rushed over to where everyone was standing only to see... Oh, what happened to the bus? Everyone else was already there. We all stood stunned in front of the school bus, which had somehow become rusted and corroded. Nigo and I were the first to find it.
We were patrolling the school early this morning when we saw it.
Then we went to wake up Shizuhara, Kawana, and Omokage.
We chose these three because they seem to have plenty of knowledge of physics and chemistry.
They got to work analyzing the corrosion.
And we called you all here because we figured out the cause.
But what is it? I had a bad feeling about this. It felt awfully similar to something I'd seen before.
I'll explain what we found out. The cause of the corrosion lies with something called particle bacteria.
I knew it. The same thing that ruined the escape pods in the Hunt and Mystery timelines. It had shown up in this timeline too. But why? I caught Hiroko's eye and she nodded. We'd talk about this later when we were alone. Tsubasa continued her explanation. The details were exactly the same as what she told us in the Hunt timeline. I don't really get what you're saying, but I can tell we're in a world of trouble.
You got that right. So far we've only found damage in the parking lot, but...
If we leave it like this, the bacteria will spread in no time.
And then all the metal in this school will be reduced to rusted scrap. Everyone was lost for words. I could hear gasps from a few of them. We have implemented some countermeasures, so things aren't going to fall apart just yet. Countermeasures? You've increased the air pressure in all school facilities, excluding the parking lot.
That means we don't have to worry about air flowing from the low pressure atmosphere of the parking lot, the high pressure atmosphere of the rest of the school.
Using this method, we'll be able to prevent the damage from spreading for another 9 days.
9 days? But how are we supposed to get rid of this particle stuff?
In response to Takemato's question, Sabatsu produced a photograph. We'll need some of this. QB liquid. It's the only thing that can purge the bacteria. Only problem is we have no idea where to find it. What about the biolab?
I know every chemical in that place. There's nothing like that in there. That's right, we're not going to find it in the school.
It's so incredibly rare, you may not even find it outside the school city ruins. Don't worry, I know what we have to do.
Basically, we have to find this QB liquid within 9 days, right? But is that even possible?
You'll have to make it possible. We'll be in lethal levels of trouble if you don't find it. No probs, we'll figure something out. Yeah, let's all split up and go to searching. The enemy would strike again on day 47, so there wasn't any issue with us leaving the school unattended for a while. But just in case of any unexpected attacks, we decided that 8 of the team would remain at the school. The remaining 7 of us went out to search the ruins, but we're not getting anywhere. There's no sign of it here. We didn't find anything either. This is driving me crazy! I told you it wouldn't be easy to find.
At any rate, it's already nighttime.
Yeah, let's go back and try again tomorrow. We returned to the school and reported our results, or lack thereof, to the defense team. Our friends who'd been guarding the school were disappointed for a moment, but they shrugged it off.
It's fine, we still got 8 days left, yeah, right?
You'll be sure to find it if you just keep looking patiently. Nobody seemed too discouraged by the situation. We had a late dinner and went our separate ways. Eventually, everybody returned to their rooms. Everybody except for me and Hiroko, that is. Why is this happening? Why is the bacteria here in this timeline too? I told you, didn't I? The particle bacteria emerges depending on quantum luck. It's an entirely fickle phenomenon that plays by its own rules. There's no sense in trying to reason it out. Let's focus on what we're going to do from here on, namely finding the QB liquid. Do you have any ideas? Hiroko listlessly shook her head. Either way, we're in trouble. Our class weapons will be fine, but our electronics, traps, the escape pod, anything made of metal, all of it will end up falling apart, even the machine in the defense room that holds Shion's real body. Which means... Exactly. At this rate, we're all going to die. Day 35. Just like the day before, we split up into a group of 7 to explore and 8 to defend the school. Hiroko and I were part of the exploration team. We spent all day going from place to place in search of QB liquid. But in the end, we had nothing to show for it. We gave up on the search for now and decided to pick it up again the next day. Day 36. Ding dong bang bong. We decided to switch out the members of the search and defense teams randomly each day. Today I ended up in the defense team. After breakfast, I sent off the exploration team with a few words of encouragement. After that, I went back to my room. What should I do now? Should I go back to looking for that book, Reflections on Imprecatory Metempsychosis? No, that probably wasn't the right move for today. My mind was so preoccupied with the particle bacteria, I doubted I could focus. Still, I can't just sit around staring at the ceiling. The others staying at the school were Takemaru, Nozomi, Yugamu, Kyoshika, the Tsukuma's twins, and Ava. I decided to go see what they were all up to. More like what Eitho's up to, because we still gotta give him more e-readers. Ad starts in 1 minute. .
Oh look, we just maxed out his bond.
I'm honestly surprised I can speak to another person like this. I've lived with this cognitive disorder for as long as I can remember. My parents even hospitalized me to keep me at arm's length. That was when I started my book reading habit. A kind-hearted nurse shared her recommendations with me. She looked vile and reeked like a corpse, but I appreciated the gesture. The longer I stayed in the hospital, the more determined I became to wipe out mankind. Say, Takumi, did you ever hear about a hospital that exploded and had a single child as its sole survivor? That was me. My first time killing other humans, and I haven't given up my dream of exterminating the human race yet. I'll never give up. It's my reason for living. In that sense, you could say the ugly humans I despise so much are also what's most important to me. You never cease to amuse me, Takumi. I've never bared my soul to anyone like this before. You are so hideously interesting.
Okay, we maxed out his bond. Okay, who are we going after next? Yugama, maybe? Maybe Takemaru. Ad break ends in 3 minutes. Alright. Okay. The YouTube subscriber goal went up by 2, which is true. It did go up by 2. I'm at 611 now. Okay, we're back. At night, I met up in the schoolyard with the exploration team, who had returned from their trip. Their disappointed faces told me all I needed to know. But I still had to ask, just in case. How did it go? They weakly shook their heads. That's too bad. 6 days left. Slowly but surely, our time was running out.
After dinner, I headed for the usual spot behind the school at Hiroko's request. What did you want to talk about? Today is day 36. That reminded me of something. Do you remember what happened on day 36 in the Box of Calamity timeline? I sifted through my memories. If I remember right, Ato used the parallel leap machine to jump into another timeline. That's right, but in the end we never found out which one he jumped to. Are you saying you figured it out now? No, it's not that. But something about it still bothers me. That reminds me, Ato escaped from his cage back then too. His method was different this time around though. The Box of Calamity timeline, someone broke the lock to the cage for him. Someone? If you don't remember, it's for the best. What? At any rate, he used a different plan here in this timeline. He managed to escape the cage all by himself. The moment I heard those words, I remembered something I'd heard.
Sir Ato requested that I close the drain.
Well, it's true. I opened the valve for the fountain in the courtyard all the way. The whole courtyard was soaked, like it had been doused by a sprinkler or something.
I did give Ato something made of rubber. Sturdy rubber balloons. About 100 of them, actually.
Oh, so that's what happened.
Ato used the same method Ava did in the mystery timeline.
You're just realizing that now? Well, it took me a while to connect the dots myself. On day 9, I remembered the way Ava escaped in the mystery timeline. Do you remember when you suggested putting Ato back in the cage after he escaped? At that point, I was suddenly assaulted by a violent headache. I suddenly remembered what happened in the mystery timeline. That's why I said what I said.
Not that cage. We have to put him somewhere else.
As soon as Hideko finished talking, I took off running.
Where do you think you're going?
I could hear her calling after me. I responded without turning around.
I'm going to confirm something with Ato.
Confirm what?
Isn't it obvious? SAD! The scandalous Atsuki disappearance.
Ugh, fine. I don't know what you're up to, but I'm going with you.
What are you two doing? It's almost time for bed. Couldn't you get any sleep? Did you come here so I could read Snow White to you? Unfortunately, I don't have any fairy tales.
Shut up, I'm here to ask you something. Talking oblivious are just SAD. they're pretty unfortunate. Oh, really? You got out of that cage by yourself, didn't you? That cave person you said unlocked it for you doesn't really exist.
What are you babbling about, Takumi?
The bottom part of that animal pen wasn't secured in place. It's just a heavy iron cage mounted on a base. What did I think of the end to mystery? Yeah, I did solve the mystery. I thought it was great. I was happy to have solved it. I chose the wrong answer a couple times, and then I was like, wait, what about Kako? So I chose her, and that was great. It was really fun. Still, it weighs 1 ton. It's not something anyone can move with their bare hands. That's why you came up with the idea of using buoyancy. The courtyard can be sealed airtight. Best part was when it was go boom. If the drain was sealed off and the fountain valve was wide open, the courtyard would be full of water in a matter of hours. And what would happen if there were 100 inflated 10-liter balloons in the cage when that happened? Archimedes' principle states that upward buoyant force is equal to the weight of displaced water. 100 balloons that hold 10 liters each makes 1,000 kilograms, 1 ton of upward force. This cancels out the weight of the cage and reduces it to near zero. You'd barely need to use a single finger. You were easily able to lift the cage with just the slightest effort. That's how you escaped. On hearing my explanation, Ato broke out into a bright grin. Bravo! What a brilliant deduction, detective! There's no reason for me to hide anything now that you figured that much out. And tell us, why did you invent this cave person? To sow distrust and discord, naturally. And why did you go to the infirmary after escaping? To destroy the revival-matic. Without that, you'd all be in a tough spot, wouldn't you? Listening to him was making my blood boil. You haven't changed at all. You're still a liar, a traitor, an untrustworthy scumbag. Oh, I feel so terribly wounded. Maybe it would make me feel better if I told everyone about your little trips through time. Apologize, on your hands and knees. Put that low, sloping forehead of yours on the ground. Then scream about how sorry you are with tears streaming down your face.
Do that and I might forgive you. I drew my hand back to lash out, but Kiriko caught it before I could. Come on, we're only wasting our time talking to him. Oh, you're going? That's too bad. I happen to be aware of some valuable intel that you might be interested in. Valuable? Intel? But I won't say a word until I get that apology. See you around, friends. Good night. Eito turned and vanished into the capsule. He's bluffing. Don't pay him any mind. Yeah, you're right. Let's get out of here. Don't end at day 36. I didn't think about Eito again for a while after that. Day 37. We spent the entirety of the day searching for QB liquid. Unfortunately, our search didn't turn up anything, and time flew by without any mercy. The morning of day 38 was upon us without so much as a hint of a lead. Day 38. Ding dong bing bong. Okay, catch you guys later.
Be careful out there. Or don't. Be as reckless as you want. We only have 5 days left.
That's right. Don't hesitate to make sacrifices. Do whatever it takes to find that QB liquid and bring it back to the school.
Make sacrifices?
If we die outside of the wall, we can't come back. He's telling us he doesn't care if it comes to that.
That's so heartless. I won't let that comment slide. Hide can say whatever he wants. It doesn't mean we have to agree. Your biggest priority is making it back in one piece. That's an order, understood?
I am so grateful for your words of encouragement.
Yes, we should go now.
After seeing off the exploration team, the rest of us went our own ways. I always end up coming back to my room. Is this just in my nature? Well, whatever. 7 people were on guard duty, not counting myself. Kurata, Gaku, Shoma, Moko, Dadami, Tsubasa, and Hiroko. I decided to go see what they were up to. Wait, who's here? Moko. Maxing out Moko's bond now. The exploration team came back late. It was already past 10 p.m. when we saw them.
What were you guys doing? I was worried.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Well, did you find anything?
All 7 members of the exploration team grinned upon hearing her question.
Don't tell me. You found the QB liquid?
No, we weren't quite that successful.
We got something else instead. An important piece of information.
What information? We were searching around some buildings a long way from here. And we happened upon a platoon of enemies making camp.
Of course we hid ourselves right away.
Those clowns never saw us, but we overheard their leader talking to someone through their wireless comms.
And we heard them mention the particle bacteria.
The exploration team excitedly continued their tale. They'd learned something from the platoon leader's conversation. A few days ago at an enemy base, the relay station we've been in other timelines, there was a particle bacteria outbreak. They quarantined the corroded areas but couldn't stop the spread completely. That was why that platoon had been sent out to the cluster of buildings, to look for a way to combat the bacteria.
The last thing we heard the leader say was,
"We've secured the QB liquid. I've already sent it to the relay station.
It should arrive any minute now."
So you're saying there's QB liquid at the enemy base? The exploration team nodded with smiles on their faces. Just then, Sire and Nigo showed up. Surprise! We heard everything!
What an incredible feat!
And you all made it back in one piece. Your commanding officer is just so happy you're all okay. Quit it with that, man. Anyway, I knew we only just got this news, but I need you to go immediately.
Huh? Go where? Isn't it obvious? The enemy relay station.
Of course, we can't very well leave the school empty. You never know when there might be a surprise attack.
Those of you who went out today should stay here. You're probably exhausted after all that walking. But wait a minute. I get what the defense team should be the ones to go, but...
You really mean right now? Yep. You're darn... I never noticed that he made a noise when he has the onigiri. You're right. You're darn right I do. If you don't go now, you won't make it in time.
Even by bus, it takes about 8 hours to get to the base.
Then we'd make it even if we left tomorrow. We still have 4 days left anyway. I think you're forgetting something very important, Monaco.
The school bus right now, it's...
Oh dang, we can't use the bus because of that particle stuff. Exactly, that's why we need the defense team to set off now. Preferably sprinting.
You want us to run when it would take the bus 8 hours? You'll be fine. We're confident you can make the trip in a mere 32 hours. 32 hours?
Rip. Oh, damn. 32 hours of walking? Day 39. After taking a moment to rest our eyes, those of us assigned to the expedition team left for the base. There were 8 of us in all. Moko, Darami, Shoma, Gaku, Tsubasa, Kurata, Hirako, and me. We were cautioned against using Tsubasa and Shoma's class weapons to make the journey easier. We'd be in for a fight when we got to the base, so we needed to preserve our hemo anima as much as possible. According to Side and Nigo, class weapons were incapable of that kind of extended use anyway. Our only option was to run. Night fell. Dawn broke. And even as everything felt dark again, we just kept going. Maybe that was an exaggeration, but aside from some short breaks for food, we really did just keep running. An overwhelming amount of time passed, and before I knew it, it was the start of another day. Day 40. Suddenly I realized the sky was light again. I must have fallen asleep while I was running. Everybody else seemed just as dazed, constantly moving their legs even as they grew limp and weak. Right as I opened my eyes, Hirako, who was leading the charge, called out, "We're here." We stopped and made our way to the top of a nearby hill to survey the situation. What we saw there was... After some quick recon, we snuck into a nearby storm drain. Getting here was really tiring, wasn't it?
For real. Not even a real killing game could make me feel this close to death.
Can we rest for a sec? I can barely move a muscle. No, we don't have time. You cold-blooded psycho!
She's eviler than a homicidal mastermind! Just to confirm, we're going to find the enemies in this base, right?
Isn't that obvious? It's not like if we ask politely for their QB liquid, they'll just hand it over with a smile. You've all heard about the enemy intel, right?
Right! Hirako told us on the way here.
Hirako had explained to everyone what she heard from Side and the others. The name of the commander is Quinzille. He flies around in the sky, right?
So annoying! Not with my specialist skill on our side. I'll whip up some surface-to-air artillery and knock him down in one shot. The thing is, I'll have to start crafting it after he actually appears.
Why? Can't you make it just now?
This particular weapon can only hold its shape for 5 minutes. After that, its internal pressure will cause it to explode.
I see. That makes complete sense then. One last thing. There's no revivals in this battle, so be careful.
Right, without the school bus, we'd never make it back to the infirmary in time.
Exactly. So if things look shaky, retreat immediately. Got it? Everyone nodded in silence. Their faces looked tense. Okay, guys, let's do this. Special Defense Unit, move out. Skipping battle.
Wave to end.
That battle was on easy mode.
Yeah, nothing to it.
It's not over yet. He's coming.
Him? It's Quinzale.
It's Quinzale!
He's here. Just like a moth fluttering around a bonfire in summer. All right, cover me. I need to focus on crafting this artillery. Hello, Earth to peasants! Am I talking to myself here? It's an honor to be tasked with protecting somebody as noble as me.
Everybody, Kurata's right.
See? He gets it.
No, I mean, forget about honor or nobility or whatever. Just cover her.
Understood. Got it. It's set. Told you it wouldn't take long.
Wave 3 end.
He freaking survived!
Naughty Kurara! You broke your promise! I never said this would kill him! I just said it would knock him down!
Less bickering, more fighting.
Okay, here goes.
Precious.
Wave 4 end.
The pain. It hurts. Why? Why would you do something so cruel?
You're asking us? And why do you?
Suddenly, Quintley broke off and stared at something behind us, far off on the horizon.
Oh! A UFO!
Huh? Where?
Like, come on, everyone turn to look. I was so caught up in the moment that I did too.
Huh? I don't see no UFO.
Don't tell me.
We turned it back around, but it was too late. During those precious few seconds, the defeated commander had disappeared completely.
Did he?
Run away?
Oldest trick in the book.
Looks like it.
With that idiotic trick? Not even a kid would have fallen for that.
And yet, we did fall for it.
Even Hiroko fell for it.
So you're saying we're dumber than a bunch of little kids.
At least they don't need his crypto globin. They just need the QB liquid.
I found it! It's here!
Shoma's voice echoed throughout the base. We all followed the sound. Shoma, did you really find it? Yes, in a storage room in the back. So let's see it. Hello, Patrick. Welcome back. At Gaku's urging, Shoma pulled it out from behind his back. No doubt about it. That's QB liquid. Yahoo! We did it! We could use this to get rid of the particle bacteria, right? Yes, completely and thoroughly. Good work, Shoma. Great work. I didn't know you had it in you, Shoma. Phew, now we can take a break. I don't think so. We don't even have time to stand still, let alone sit down and rest. Your phone died? Ah. I see. Huh? We only have 2 days left. If it's going to take us 32 hours to get back, we won't arrive until tomorrow night. And I'm assuming you're all too tired to run at the same speed as we did on our way here. That means we'll be racing against the clock. If we really push ourselves, we might make it by the morning after tomorrow. But... Silence, servant. Servant? Let's get going. The others are counting on us. Hiroko started making her way outside the base. The rest of us could only sigh. Not here to go. It's just like I said. She's a cold-blooded psycho. With that, we all staggered after her. They all said that?
All of them at the same time? Come on! Day 41. She's right, though. She's right. All we could do was drag our exhausted bodies back to the academy one step at a time. My consciousness was so hazy that I felt like I was running inside a nightmare. My legs were out of strength. I imagined they were just two weathered ancient tree trunks attached to my body. Morning finally came. The sun set. And even as night came again, we never stopped.
Tickled off Patrick just redeemed Yeehaw.
Thanks for redeeming Yeehaw. What we were doing by that point could hardly be called running. Even walking would have been too generous a description. My body felt like it wasn't mine anymore. It was like I was having an out-of-body experience. Suddenly I heard a voice. The date is about to change. I had no idea who said it. For all I knew, I might have said it myself without realizing. Feeling blurry and hazy, we crossed over into a new day. Day 42. You didn't even get to do that before it died? Aw. At least you got to do it now. Just like Hideko predicted, we finally arrived at the academy on the morning of day 42. You guys, I hardly know what to say in a situation like this. Welcome back just isn't enough. Wow, you've returned safely. I was so worried my heart almost broke. My dear sister and I prayed for you every day. Damn it, the hell is this? Some kind of salty shit coming out of my eyes. Me too. My eyes are squirting. The defense team all looked genuinely happy to see us back. We appreciated that, but all we could muster was a dry laugh. So what about the QB liquid? You found it, right? Tsubasa weakly lifted her arms to bring it out.
Hey, nice work!
I knew you could do it. Thank you so much, everybody. They showered us with applause, cheers, and praise. Smiles stretched across every face, and some even started leaping with joy. Now, Miss Kawana, I hate to ask you so soon after your return, but...
Yeah. Ava saying that about her eyes is really weird. My eyes are squirting. Why did she say it like that?
Now, Miss Kawana, I hate to ask you so soon after your return, but...
Do you think you can get started on dealing with the bacteria?
Tsubasa looked completely drained. Her hollow eyes stared into nothing as she answered. Fine, but I can't do it alone. I need everyone's help.
Phew, looks like we made it in time. Good thing the school has replication machines.
Thanks to that, we managed to synthesize a large quantity of undiluted QB liquid. We divided the QB liquid among ourselves and sprayed it all over every last inch of the school. Of course, we gave the school bus in the parking lot a thorough cooling over as well. That should clear out the particle bacteria. There's no chance of it spreading now.
But what about the bus?
It's still a corroded mess. I guess I'll just have to figure something out.
You gonna repair it?
Yeah, I did this kind of thing plenty at Grandpa's garage. What a relief!
And now, Kawana, if you don't mind, I need you to... Someone kicked Side as hard as they could before he could finish his demand. Was it Hideko?
Honorable Side, sir!
Nico ran over to comfort his fallen superior. Who would do such a thing? I looked around to find the culprit, only to see that everyone else was looking at me. Apparently I was the one who kicked him. Unconsciously. He didn't even know that he... he kicked Sida. And he wasn't even aware that he did it. Oh my god. This run is so funny. Sorry, Side. I'm so tired I'm losing my sense of reason. Side does not appear to be listening, I fear. Yeah, he's out like a light.
Is everyone okay? I mean, with you, Takumi. Isn't the bomb inside of you supposed to go off if you even lay a finger on Side?
It's probably fine. I agree.
After all,
Takumi might have laid something on him.
But it wasn't a finger. It was a foot!
After that, we immediately parted ways. The others headed back to their rooms, but Hideko lingered behind to speak to me. Looks like we've solved our particle bacteria problem. In this timeline, anyway. Yeah, we should give some QB liquid to the Hunt timeline, too. The next time the blood space will be high enough is day 45. We'll be able to leap then between 5 and 11 a.m. It will still be a while until we can get to the Hunt timeline. I hope the damage hasn't spread too badly by then. Me too, but there's something else we have to do first. Are you talking about the metempsychosis book? We'll resume our search tomorrow. Tomorrow will probably be our last day, actually. Right, we only have 10% of the books left to check. Hideko gave a firm nod. Well then, it's all in your hands. With that, she left and headed for her own room. Yeah, this route is really funny. It's much more funny than the comedy route was. I staggered and wobbled back to my room. When I laid my worn-out husk of a body down, I was greeted by an intense drowsiness. I have no idea what happened after that. A second later, I was completely unconscious. Day 43. It's evening, Takumi. How long do you plan on sleeping? You're too old to act like this. I'm literally a teenager! And in case you forgot, we ran 2 marathons, fought a battle in between, and had to hose the school down with QB liquid as soon as we got back. I'm dying from lack of sleep here. Keep it down, we're in a library. Who cares? Nobody's even here! I'm here. Are you blind or something? Didn't I just tell you to quiet down, smooth brain? You're yelling too! I'm glad to see you're doing okay. Same to you. After a short rest, Hideko spoke solemnly. Alright, let's get started. For real this time. We spent what felt like an eternity there in the library in silence. My head was empty, incapable of independent thought. We were just staring at the light of the lamp dangling from the ceiling, transfixed. I had no idea how much time had passed, but then I heard the announcement. Ding dong bing bong. Silence washed over the cold, vast space once more. Neither of us said a word. We continued to stand there, stunned. After some time, Hideko finally spoke. Let's head back. I tried to answer, but my mouth was too dry to move. There's no sense in lingering. The book wasn't in here after all. It might be out there somewhere beyond the wall of fire, but I have no idea how we'd find it. There's no libraries or bookstores out there. It would be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Does that mean? We're going to have to give up the book and find another way out of the loop. With that, Hideko slipped out of the room. I felt something dark in the pit of my chest. I couldn't even muster a sigh. Day 44. Ding dong bing bong. I wasn't over what happened yesterday. The black lump was still stuck in my chest. But we still had more than 50 days until day 100. We'd be sure to find a way to break out of the loop by then. I firmly reminded myself of this fact and decided to walk around the school like normal. Okay. We were going for Moko, right? So I'm gonna give Moko more gifts. Next one will be Yugamu. Bond 4.
My rival popped into my head just now. And now I really feel like training. Not my rival in love, mind you. A girl I met when I was first training to be a pro wrestler. I told you before that you needed absolute strength to succeed in this industry, right? That's why I tried out all kinds of martial arts, and I never lost. It was a female martial artist who clinched the championship at an American MMA tournament. She'd remained unbeaten for more than 400 matches and was virtually the strongest hominid in existence. People called her ogre. She was the same age as me. I couldn't believe how strong she was. But we've become good friends since then, and even go out for dessert and protein shakes sometimes. We spur each other on to greater heights. Thinking about her reminded me that I have to keep up with my training, even now. This is fat.
The sun set and the scenery turned dark and dusky. A similar phenomenon was happening in my chest. I couldn't stop thinking about the loop. Was there really a way out of it? As I was mulling it over, I realized I wasn't alone. Ding dong. Ava, did you need something? There is something I wish to report to you. Mr. Sumino, you said you were looking for a book called Reflections on Imprecatory Metempsychosis, correct? Yeah, I did. What about it? I think I may have figured it out. Where that book is, I mean. What? I was just talking to Mr. Ginzaki, and somehow we ended up on the subject of Mr. Aotsuki. Yes, Eito has been locked up in that room ever since day 9. Pardon my asking, but is he doing alright? How is his emotional well-being? I give him meals regularly. He always seems the same as ever. 20 stream streak. Ava puppy. He's actually pretty fond of that place. He told me it's quiet and relaxing. He even said it's perfect for reading. For reading? Yeah, I bring him books with his meals. He asked me for something to read, so I just grabbed a few from the library. If I might ask, was there a book titled Reflections on Imprecatory Metempsychosis in your selection? Yes, there was. I remember it because of that weird, complicated title. Why do you want to know? Ava, thank you. I gave her my short and sweet thanks before sprinting outside. Hi, Zim. How you doing? Hiroko, come with me. What is it? I know where the book is. I'm doing good. So it was Mr. Owl Fruity who had the book. Oh, stream has been good? It has been good. I've been laughing a lot during this route. It's pretty funny. We thundered down the stairs, through the halls, and into the capsule room. And here he was making Hiroko worried sick to the point she tried ordering the book on eBay. Let me guess, you finally figured it out. Where did you put that book? I've got it right here. Eito pulled the book out of his jacket. I ripped it out of his clutches. I looked over the cover. There it was, the title I'd wanted to see for so long. Reflections on Imprecatory Metempsychosis. Maybe I'm just not close enough to the microphone. Here, I'll get closer. Unfortunately. What the? All of the pages are ripped out. What happened to them? Do you know anything about goats? I've been told more than once that I look like one. Don't tell me. That's right, I ate them. You gave me some little food. I was so hungry I just couldn't help myself. He ate the book? Why would he eat it? Damn! Hiroko and I searched the room from top to bottom. We even first ate though, just in case he was hiding anything on him. But there wasn't so much as a single page. Not a single paragraph of the book remaining.
Tickled off Patrick just redeemed yeehaw.
Thanks for redeeming yeehaw. First he steals our kills, then he steals our knowledge? I know! Did you read it? You did, didn't you? Why did you think I asked if you had finally figured it out? There was information relevant to our situation in there. You knew we'd show up for it eventually. Isn't that right? That's not all. I gave you a hint on day 36 as well. I happen to be aware of some valuable intel that you might be interested in. Oh, the mustache isn't there? Hold up. Maybe, it's not connected correctly to Twitch. No, it is connected. It's valid for 59 days. Huh. Maybe the redeems are just not working today. Weird. Sometimes this happens. The redeems just don't work. So there was information about the time loop in that book. Oh.
Monokun Max 13 just redeemed autism preacher.
Oh, apparently it works.
Monokun Max 13 just redeemed clown nose.
2 people redeemed clown nose. Hi, Jonas.
Melody _ Wisp just redeemed yeehaw.
It's gone again.
Jonas is water just redeemed clown nose.
Yeehaw! Trying to help, sorry.
Jonas is water just redeemed yeehaw.
Mustache. Now I have a clown nose.
Monokun Max 13 just redeemed clown nose.
Let's do mustache again.
Melody _ Wisp just redeemed yeehaw.
There it is. Eito, tell us everything. What exactly was written in it? Have your hippocampy rotted away? I said I wouldn't tell you anything until you apologized to me. And not just Takumi, I'm including you too now, Kiriko. That's called joint liability. Why don't you two get on your knees? Put your foreheads to the ground and lick the floor while you grovel. We're so sorry, Eito, you don't deserve this. Maybe, just maybe. There's no way we're doing any of that. Well then I guess we're done here. You're going to have to repeat these same pointless 100 days forever and ever. 100 years, 1,000 years, it doesn't matter. It'll just keep going for all of eternity. Well, maybe that's not so bad in its own way. It's the same as being immortal in a sense. On second thought, I'm actually a little jealous of you. So envious that I might have to sleep it off for a while. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Sleep tight, you two. It was still before dawn. Hideko and I had come to the lab for the first time in a while. Okay, I'm all done configuring the machine. Everything's ready. Now we just have to wait for 5 AM. And the QB liquid? Got it right here. I asked Sebastian to give me a little extra. By the way, what do we do about Eito? Are we going to force him to tell us when he knows somehow? That would be a waste of time. Torture doesn't work on his type. And what do we do? Hideko wrapped her knuckles against her brow as she answered. Let's think on it. We still have time, and right now we need to focus on the leap at hand. Our goal isn't anything too complicated this time. We just have to get the QB liquid to Tsubasa and the hunt timeline. But it's possible somebody might slip and crack his head somewhere along the line, isn't it? The next time the blood space waves will surge is day 50.
There's a battle on day 47, so we can't afford to linger under any circumstances. Don't worry, I won't screw up like that again. Then go ahead and work your magic. 5 a.m. on the dot. Glad in our leap suits, we slammed the red button and jumped onto the platform. Alright, let's go. It's light out. The morning announcement hasn't played yet, but someone might wake up early and come over here. Let's proceed with caution. Don't make a sound. Got it. First we head for Takumi 4's room. Huh? Shouldn't we go straight to Tsubasa? Looking like this? When she wakes up and screams in our faces, then what? But why do we need to go to Takumi 4's room? I need you to become Takumi 4 again. Then you can give the QB liquid to Tsubasa and explain how you got it. Explain it how? Just make something up. But if Takumi 4 wakes up while you're at it, we'll have a mess on our hands. That's why. Here's more anesthetic. We quietly infiltrated Takumi 4's room. He was still sleeping. Hideko sidled up to him and with a reckless amount of force, stabbed him with a hypodermic needle.
Can't you be a little gentler when you do that? Even if he's from another timeline, he's still me.
I know. And that's why I did it like that. More importantly, change clothes and get to Tsubasa. I'll take your suit and head for the capsule room.
What do we do about him?
We leave him here and go. The anesthetic I used is more powerful than the one from last time. He'll be out for a whole day. We've got nothing to worry about.
We stepped out of Takumi 4's room. I gave my leap suit to Hideko, who wished me luck and vanished inside the school. I watched her leave before I headed to Tsubasa's room. I rang the doorbell and Tsubasa opened the door, sleepily rubbing her eyelids. What is it? It's still early. Sorry, but I have something to give you. I pulled the QB liquid out of my pocket and handed it to Tsubasa. No way, this is QB liquid. But how? Where did you get this? Well, I snuck out to do some extra exploring last night and found it then. Where? Oh jeez, where was it again? It was so dark, I couldn't really see. Well, whatever. What matters is we can use this to get rid of the particle bacteria. Thank you, Takumi. You're seriously the best. What a relief. Well, now all of you can leave this place on day 102. Huh? What do you mean, all of you? Aren't you going to get in the pod with us? Oh no, that's not what I meant. I was going to blow the lid off the whole operation if I kept talking. There was only one way out. Well, good luck with everything. I turned and tried to leave Tsubasa behind, but wait, aren't you going to help? I have an errand I need to deal with. You can ask the others though, right? Wow, heartless much? I'm kind of offended. Maybe I'll just disable the shower and toilet in your room. Tsubasa started marching over to my room. I panicked and tried to stop her. Wait! We had until 11 a.m.
Tickled off Patrick just redeemed hydrate.
Thanks for redeeming hydrate. We had until 11 a.m. to leap back to our timeline. It was only 6:30 a.m. now, so I still had time. Fine, you win. I'll help you. Great! Then let's get right to it. Whew, finally done. That should have wiped out the particle bacteria. Thanks, Takumi. You really saved us. You ain't getting out of refusing killing game Tsubasa. It's true. She's in her wrist face. I scratched the tip of my nose. This hangar was the only place affected by the bacteria, right? Yeah, for now. But just to be sure, I'll spray it all around the school later. I can use a replicator in the bio lab to increase our stock of QB liquid. How about the escape pod repairs? I'll just have to give it a shot. It looks like it's going to be a serious task, though. When I was spraying the liquid just now, I got inside the pod from a gap in the converted external wall. From there, I saw that the control system is a mess. I'll need to replace everything, including the circuit board.
I don't really know anything about that stuff, but it sounds like a lot of work. But there is one good thing. If we replace the control system's circuit board, we'll be able to manually deploy the pod from the war room. From the war room? Manually? Yeah! So we can escape the school without waiting for day 100? Exactly, but it's going to take at least 50 days to fully repair it, even if I work at top speed. So I'd be done by day 95 at the earliest. That barely changes anything. Can the others help you out with some of it? There's plenty they could do, but I can't really ask them for help right now. We're smack dab in the middle of the invader hunt after all. Huh? I can hardly ask the members we're up against, you know? Hold on, I thought the invader hunt was over. Huh? What are you saying? It got back on track a while back. Ever since the real sponsor showed up on day 33. What? The sponsor is still alive? Yeah, Tsubasa said the one that got killed on day 31 was a spare. Then Kakoji's still out there. Right. Which means she's likely hiding somewhere inside the school. If I was looking for a place to hide in the school without being found, our eyes met. Underground. The hidden room. We descended the stairs to the basement. Just as we suspected, someone was there, but it wasn't who we were expecting. Eito. What are you doing here? Eito stared at Hiroko in her leaf suit and nodded as if something had just clicked for him.
Tickled off Patrick just redeemed Yeehaw.
Thanks for redeeming Yeehaw again. I see, you must be Hiroko. I recognize the voice. Identifying people by their voice rather than their appearance is something of a forte of mine. The leap suits had voice changes, but Hiroko's was turned off at that point. Because everyone looks like hideous monsters to you? Oh, you know about that? I can't say I'm surprised. Those suits tell me you have experience jumping to other timelines. And Hiroko, you don't belong to this timeline, do you? The Hiroko from this timeline is already dead. You're here from some other timeline. That's where you learned about my secret. The same probably goes for you, Takumi. Hiroko being alive and well doesn't seem to bother you at all. Which means the two of you jumped from the same timeline, didn't you? So what if we did? I was just thinking out loud. After all, you're the same as us. You don't belong to this timeline either. The Eito in this timeline had his crypto equipment absorbed by Takumi on day 2. How despicably cruel. Even if this isn't my timeline, that's hard to forgive. You must be from the Box of Calamity timeline. You jumped from it on day 36, didn't you? Box of Calamity? Is that what you're calling it? You're probably right. I imagine that this is the timeline I came from. I escaped the school, wandered the streets, and by chance stumbled on some sort of laboratory. I decided to tinker with the machinery there, and before I knew it, I was here. There's no way that happened just by chance. Oh, but it did. It's not so surprising considering my specialist skill. Special fortune telling. Eito nodded slowly. Fine, we'll say it was a coincidence. Let me ask you something. Are you the sponsor of the Invader Hunt? No matter the timeline, you're still just as dense. The Invader Hunt started on day 26. How could I sponsor the game when I only arrived here on day 36? The real sponsor must be Kakoji. Oh, do you know who it is? Not answering him. Well, so be it. I'm not interested in the sponsor anyway. Then what are you doing here? Why are you here? I wanted to read. Read? Why would you do that? You don't know why someone would read. You're terminally stupid, I fear. I read to satisfy my intellectual hunger. There's so much I want to know. About humanity, about space, about the laws of physics that govern it all, and of course about the mystery behind my own existence. You two are completely unrelated to my timeline, so allow me to confess in full. Deep down, I wanted to see people the way you see them, purely as a matter of intellectual curiosity. So I started reading all kinds of books to find a way to make it happen. Unfortunately, it seems there really is some kind of glitch in my brain. So long as I have that, I won't be able to perceive people the way you do. Sad, isn't it? Shall we cry about it together? All I want is to be friends. Do you know anything about how to get this glitch out of my brain? If you do, I think I could be your comrade again, in the truest sense of the word. I suppose there was no point in asking. You don't believe me, do you? I'll just have to disappear, I suppose. Disappear? Don't tell me. Exactly, see you around. The very next second, Eito pulled something out of his pocket. He threw it straight at us, and instantly the object exploded.
I didn't have time to close my eyes or plug my ears. A stun grenade? I murmured my brief realization before losing consciousness. Day 46. Ding dong bing bong.
You certainly sleep hard. Maybe it's an after effect of leap damage.
This is my room, right? Are we back in steady fundamental?
Of course. And who do you think you have to thank for that?
Don't tell me. Again.
I seriously considered just abandoning you this time, but I knew I'd miss having an errand boy. So I carried you back.
Was it a stun grenade that went off? Were you alright?
I was wearing my leap suit, so I took almost no damage.
I sat up and got out of bed. What happened after that? After the light subsided, 803 was gone. 3? It was the 8th from the Box of Calamity timeline. The versions of us in that timeline are Hiroko 3 and Takumi 3, right? I figured the same could apply to him. I see, so 803 got away. I tried to chase him, but you were already incontinent and laid out. Don't you mean inanimate? We were also running out of time to make the leap, so I had to give up on 803. Hiroko sighed deeply. We have to do something. Kako G is in that timeline too. That's true, but let's set it aside for a moment. There's someone I want to introduce you to first. Huh? Who? This is the infirmary. That chair. It's the Dolmenic Cognitive Reconstruction Therapy device, the new and improved version. So, who did you want to introduce me to? We're ready for you. Come on out. At Hiroko's words, someone stepped out from inside the revival-matic. What? 8 though? I instinctively balled up my fist and squared up. It's okay, he's on our side now. On our side? Just to be absolutely clear, this is this timeline's 8 though. In other words, 801. You let him out of the capsule room? Yes. Why? Don't be so alarmed, Takumi. I've been completely reborn. I didn't understand. I looked at Hiroko for an explanation. Do you remember what 803 said in the Hunt timeline? Do you know anything about how to get this glitch out of my brain? If you do, I think I could be your comrade again in the truest sense of the word. That gave me an idea. The cerebral glitch repair program. Exactly. But I figured that wouldn't be enough to get rid of the bone-deep contempt he had for humanity. So you used that Dolmenic thing? Yes, with Side and Nico's permission, of course. Originally, this machine couldn't be used on Special Defense Unit members, but thanks to my improvements on its design, I was able to use it on 8 though. And thanks to Hiroko, I'm as you see me now. Well, I suppose I don't look any different, but my mind feels like it's been thoroughly cleansed. And what do we look like to you? Huh, how can I explain it? To start with, Hiroko looks like an intellectual, refined woman of great beauty. On the other hand, Takumi, you look like a half-rotted cherry tomato that's been left in the back of the refrigerator too long. He's still glitched! That was a joke. In truth, you're a beautiful young man with a dignified face full of courage and passion. Oh, maybe I've said too much. Oh, Eito. At any rate, appearance is something that can only be described subjectively. What I see and what you see are not necessarily the same. But at the very least, I no longer have the physiological aversion to your appearance that I used to. To put it simply, in my eyes, you all look truly beautiful. There's your explanation. You really don't feel hatred for us or the rest of humanity now? Oh, bye, Patrick. That's right. So we can trust you now?
Take it off, Patrick. Just redeemed posture.
Thanks for redeeming posture check. See you later. Ad starts in 1 minute. I swear you can on my life. Then tell us about the book. What did you read in it? Exactly what you'd expect. It covers the history and examples of the time loop phenomenon, as well as some scientific considerations. We want to know how to get out of the time loop. Was there anything about that? There was. You jumped into the past from day 100 to day 2, right? The loop was triggered by that first trip back in time. Once force is applied to an object, it will continue to move at the same speed until additional external force is applied. That's the law of inertia. Without friction or resistance, a spinning top would continue to spin forever. A pendulum continues to swing from side to side. A weighted spring continues to move up and down. That's exactly what your situation is like.
Enough explaining. Get to the conclusion. How do we break out of the loop?
The best way to explain it is the example of the spring. You two are the rate of the spring. The time moves down from day 2 to day 100, but it can't progress any further. The restoring force of the spring brings it back to day 2. So how do we cut loose from that spring?
Do we increase the weight?
Precisely.
But how do we do that?
Let me get straight to the point. It all comes down to the lives of the Special Defense Unit.
Their lives?
Indeed, the weight here is the weight of life itself. In short, if all the Special Defense members in this timeline survive until 10 a.m. on day 100, the sum of all those lives will serve as a huge weight that can tear away the mighty spring that is the time loop.
Kiriko and I were silent. 3 seconds later, I shouted out loud, "Yes, we can finally break free of the time loop! We just have to keep everyone in this timeline alive."
That's no problem at all.
Everyone's survival was one of my goals anyway. Even without this information, we were going to protect everyone anyway. But we have a definite objective now, so I'm grateful for that. Our friend's survival is directly linked to our escape from the loop. The situation just got much simpler. I looked right into Aetho's eyes as I spoke. Thank you, Aetho. I'm going to trust you for now. Ah, okay, ad break. Ad break, ad break, ad break. Okay, we're back.
For now. Well, that's good enough, I guess. It's hard to regain lost trust. I'll do everything I can to support you until you can trust me unconditionally.
Day 46 ended in excitement, or rather it didn't. Tomorrow, day 47, we face another defensive battle. Kiriko and I had something we needed to do before that, and that something was... Day 47. Everyone gathered in the war room before the morning announcement played. Just checking on one last time. Are we really gonna let that whack job Ato fight with us? We spent 3 hours going over this last night. We heard your arguments against it, but in the end, you all agreed to this. Well, you two sounded so confident. You were so passionate, it was like you were spitting fire. It just felt right to trust you. If a gutter dweller like me is permitted to say so, Ato does seem different from before somehow. That's right! His aura before was poopy brown, but now it's a shining poppy red. Thank you, although I'm not quite sure if that was a compliment. Besides, you heard what Side said. Right, if Ato does anything even a little threatening, he'll detonate the bomb inside of him. Oh, did I say that? You did, sir! Oh, sure. I'll take your word for it. I was so sleepy that I don't really remember. This is a new... This is a new image for him. For the love of murder, are you feeling okay? Like I said last night, I'll follow our captain's lead. I agree! As do I. I personally am quite opposed. Huh? Introducing a new character now will just take attention away from me. I want everyone's praise and adoration. I want everyone to fawn over me. I'll toss you a frisbee later. Then I'm on board. Thank you, everyone. Ava's right. I am like a new character on the battlefield. But I'll give it all my all to fight for you. Then maybe you'll fawn over me after the battle. Ato flashed a carefree smile. It was infectious. Soon all of us were smiling. Well then, the enemy will be here any moment now, so Nigo, if you will. Got it. I'll cue the music. What's with this freaky old Enka song? It's a folk song, right? I kind of like it. We went over the reason for the song choice already, so no need to talk about that again. Two commanders will attack this time. Tudum Tommy and Nugank. The former manipulates sound waves. He'll try to pull us into a hallucination by playing frequencies inaudible to human ears. To prevent that, we have to play a particular piece of music that includes waveforms and anti-phase to hers. That's the folk song you're hearing now. By playing this song in advance, the enemy sound waves will be cancelled out, which means no hallucinations. Isn't that right, Side? Perfect recap, Shizada. Couldn't have said it myself. Better myself. As we discussed our strategy... What the hell? Aren't they kind of early? I thought you said the enemy would attack after the morning announcement. That is weird. We're well past wake-up time now. Could it have something to do with how we redirected the entire announcement system to play the song? In that case, we might be in trouble. Trouble? How? If the morning announcement didn't play? There might be something wrong with the intruder alert, too. Ugh, I knew it. What did he do? The enemy's already breached the wall. We need to do something quick. Takumi. Got it. I nodded firmly. Everybody, let's do this. Special Defense Unit, move out. Skipping battle. Wave 1 end.
Nice. Now you won't have to worry about those auditory attacks.
I'll just turn off the music.
Well then, everyone, the rest is up to you.
Wallop those nasty invaders!
Wave to end. To battle. Hello, Alarm 3.
I thought we'd finally put that first one in her place.
That must be the time reversal we heard so much about.
C-Ray and Nigo warned us about this, but it's even more a pain than I could have guessed. We'd best save ourselves some trouble and take out that new gang first.
If we don't, this battle will never end.
All right, everyone. Let's show these guys what we can do. And
This is my specialty! A show especially for you!
Everyone, this is horrible. The school is...
It's okay, keep it together. C-Ray told us about this trick too.
Right. It's just an illusion. Once we beat her and Tammy, it should go back to normal.
Isn't it against the rules for them to tag team us like this?
Shoma was right. We need to deal with Mew Gang first.
Okay.
We won! Way to the end. The battle was over. With Totem Tommy defeated, we could see the school as it really was again. But our relief was short-lived. Where's Totem Tommy?
Mew Gang's gone too!
They just ran off together.
They were holding each other for support. Why didn't you say anything? Well, they looked so sad, hobbling off like that.
That was enough for me. I had a good idea what the twins were thinking. They could probably see themselves in those two commanders as they helped one another.
Well, whatever. I don't feel like chasing after them to finish them off.
They were so completely covered in wounds. Their organs and bones will be in tatters by now. I doubt they'll show up here again.
And is it time for the usual? I think so.
All right. Ready? And go!
Special Defense Unit! Best in the world! Indestructible and undefeated! Never lose! Never yield! Special Defense Unit! Fight on!
Everybody's voices resounded loudly. The moment there was silence, Nozomi spoke.
That's not fair, Takumi! I'm the one who usually leads the chants!
But Sir Takumi is our leader.
he probably should have been the one saying it the whole time.
Fine. I'll let you do it from now on. But a little advice? You have to do the ready and go! Like you really mean it. Put some spirit into it.
Such detail!
I didn't know she put so much thought into it.
Everyone giggled as they looked at Nozomi. She blinked innocently a few times.
By the way, when does the fawning I was hoping for start?
Mr. Outsuki, did you really contribute to the battle that much?
Come on, I definitely did. Didn't you see?
Well, you'll just have to wait.
Our next defensive battle is in 10 days. So I suggest you start training for that.
That's unfair.
We watched Ato slump his shoulders in disappointment, and everyone burst into laughter. Ato was truly one of us now. There was no way he'd betray us again. The bashful but bright smile on Ato's face was more than genuine enough to convince me of that. Day 48. He's remembering everything from the killing game route. I bolted upright and looked around me. This is my room. My body was freezing. A cold sweat soaked every inch of me. Was that a dream? No, that wasn't it. I'd experienced something like this many times before. This must be the same kind of thing, which meant it's something that happened in another timeline. I headed over to see Kiriko and gave her the rundown of what I'd just remembered. She nodded in silence and led me to our usual spot. Actually, I had a vision of the same events just before I woke up. But that's not possible. What I just saw was from the Hunt timeline.
We lost you on day 30 of that timeline. There's no way you'd know what happened after that. Say what you will, but I saw what I saw. I do get the feeling it wasn't something I saw firsthand, though. It felt more like something I had heard from somebody else was playing out inside my head. Maybe I jumped to day 100 of the hunt timeline somewhere along the way. Then someone told me what happened in that timeline, and after that my consciousness jumped back to day 2 and I lost the memory. And you just regained it now? That's one possible explanation anyway. As usual, we continued the discussion after changing locations. What's more important are the specifics of what we just saw. Yeah. First of all, Kakoji is going to self-destruct soon. But her death won't stop the invader hunt because 803 will take her place as the game's sponsor. We'll have more casualties, and finally on day 93...
The survivors will launch a last-ditch attack against Veshness, and all of them will die.
I wish we could help them. Do you think there's anything we can do? Let's give it some thought. We still have 2 days until we can leap again. I parted ways with Hirago, headed for the cafeteria, and gobbled down some toast before going back to my room. Okay, as much as I'm worried about the hunt timeline, I still have things to get done in this one. Okay, we're giving Mocha more gifts. Oh, bond up.
You know, I used to have a really weak constitution. I couldn't eat a lot of food, and I hated my veggies. But then I found out about pro wrestling. The first match I ever watched completely captured my heart. I made becoming a wrestler my goal in life, so I could stand in the same ring with my idol someday. After busting a gut training, I was finally able to invite my idol to my debut match. But I was criticized for not leaving enough of an impression. I was too good with my moves, for better or worse. Too stylish. No hint of desperation. That made it hard for people to empathize with me. Wrestling is so hard to get right sometimes. So I broadened my wrestling horizons, even joining a heel faction called the Chronic Hematuriac Maniacs. When I was finally at the cusp of entering the realm of top wrestlers, my idol suffered a serious injury and got hospitalized. He's still there. Even to this day, I have to keep fighting to protect his place in the ring until he's ready to return. He's a masked wrestler who goes by the name of Anal Boss. Nobody does mysterious shtick like he does. I've never seen his face before, but he's basically my first love. Oh no, don't make me talk about romance. Forget what I just said.
Maxed out Moko's bond. At night, we got a report just after dinner. Tsubasa had finished repairing the school bus. The moment we heard the news, we made our way to the parking lot. There we saw... Wow, Tsubasa, this is amazing! You got the wheels back in perfect shape!
Actually...
Is it even shinier than it was before?
A girl could get jealous. What moisturizer do I need to use for that kind of dewy sheen?
Frankly, I'm stunned. You completely killed it.
Oh, this was nothing.
Then perhaps you'd be willing to fix a raw heap of junk like myself?
I think that's above my pay grade. Doshka, stop salivating over the muffler, you deviant.
I swear I wasn't looking.
I tinkered with the engine while I was at it, so I think it'll go faster than before. Awesome! Let's test it out by turning Gaku into Fender Ketchup.
What? Wait, me! Oh, I am jealous! I want to be praised too! Me too. This must have been so much work, Kawana.
Thank you for all your efforts. I'll give you a collectible superhero eraser as a reward. I can't really see myself needing that.
Thanks you, Tsubasa. You're a lifesaver.
Oh, come on, guys.
Good work deserves to be praised. I'd like to offer you my thanks as well.
You too, Hideko? You're making me blush.
We continued to shower praise on Tsubasa until late. All that time, laughter echoed non-stop throughout the parking lot. Day 49. Ding dong bing bong. I finished breakfast and returned to my room. I couldn't get the hunt timeline out of my mind. If we didn't do something, everyone there would die. We had to do something. I just didn't know what. Tomorrow we'll go to the hunt timeline. We can figure it out then. I murmured this to myself, then decided to make my usual rounds. Next is Yugamu. Oh, this is 60. Oh, this one's more workable. Medical tools. Bond 3.
I think you've heard enough about my family. Here's something about me. As boring as it may be. You could say I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm a pretty darn good assassin if I do say so myself. But my family, they're outright killing machines. My dad decided to modify my body in order to better harness my potential. It did boost my assassination skills, but that was never the issue. The issue was my heart. Deep down, I knew killing for a living wasn't for me. If I had to kill someone, I wanted it to be someone I chose, in my own time, in my own way. That's why I never got any better at my job. How could I, when I was doing it so reluctantly? I'm going to quit someday. I'll have to tell my family about this decision too, but not today, and not anytime soon. I can't even imagine the chaos that'll erupt when I break the news. Can you come with me to help convince them? I promise you'll get home safe afterwards. In pieces, if need be.
In pieces? Yuck. More free time. Okay, okay. Gotta give Yugamu more medical tools.
Huh? What do you mean we can't jump to the hunt timeline?
You didn't see me around the school during the day, did you? That's because I was in the lab doing maintenance on the PLM. While I was doing that, I realized someone locked the machine in the hunt timeline. Don't tell me, 803? It's highly likely. We're the only ones who know he's there. It would be a problem for him if we showed up again. So he stopped us from going back to that timeline? Probably. I can't say for sure when he did it. But it must have been between day 45 when he first saw us and today, day 49. Whenever it was, the lock will only be removed after 50 days have passed. That means day 95 at the earliest. And everyone in that timeline gets wiped out on day 93. In other words, we won't make it. Yes, unfortunately. We sat there stunned for a while. They might not have been from our timeline, but all of our friends were going to die. I'd spoken to the versions of them in that timeline. I spent an especially long time with Tsubasa. Those memories came rushing back. In my mind, I saw her bubbly smile. How much longer would she be able to smile like that? I clenched my fist tightly, infuriated at my inability to help her. I understand how you feel, but what's most important is that we protect everyone in this timeline.
In short, if all of the Special Defense Unit members in this timeline survive until 10 a.m. on day 100, the sum of all those lives will serve as a huge weight that can tear away the mighty spring that is the time loop.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this only because it's our way of the time loop. I know, our priorities are still the same. We had to make it to 10 a.m. on day 100, all of us alive and happy. Right, let's focus on what we can do to make that happen. It's not that complicated, is it? We just have to keep winning our defensive battles. All the way to day 100. Yeah, are you saying this some other way? Kiriko's gaze slowly shifted up.
If we went up there, we wouldn't have to fight.
The artificial satellite?
Wouldn't that be safer? It would boost our chances of survival much more than staying here.
But how would we get there? The escape pod won't activate until day 100. I'm aware of that. We can't go flying into the vacuum of space if we rip the door off either. We can forget about the pod. How then? We can try calling for rescue. Huh? We'll use the distress signal transmitter. The maximum cargo of the rescue craft is 2 tons. More than enough for all 16 of us. What? Didn't we go over this before? We need to input 9 out of the 10 liver mortis codes from Team 1 to boot that machine. And those codes only show up when a unit member is truly dead, so that would mean at least 9 deaths. Wait, hold on. Are you suggesting what I think you are? I think so.
Of course. Nobody has to actually die. We can just get the codes from other timelines.
It's a good thing. It's a good idea, but it's not the most pleasant means of getting things done. It would mean we'd be using the deaths of our friends and other timelines for the sake of our own survival. That's true, but we wouldn't be killing anyone or allowing them to be killed either. We'd go after versions of them that were already dead. Just looking at the backs of those we never could have done anything for. I'm sure they'd forgive us. Yeah, I sure hope so. Think about it, Takumi. This would be for the sake of saving everyone in this timeline. Yeah, I get that. Alright, whose liver mortis codes do we need? I already saw 5 of them in the mystery timeline. Let's review them first. Tsubasa, her liver mortis code was 2, right? I sifted through my memories of the mystery timeline and gave her a firm nod. The other 4 were in Kakoji's scrapbook. Athos was 8, Gaku's 0, Kako's 9, and Shoma's was 3. Where does that leave us? There's 5 people left from Team 1. Tadami, Ima, Takemaru, myself, and me. Anyway, we need to find just 4 of those liver mortis codes. Then we can activate the distress signal transmitter and the 16 of us can get onto the rescue craft.
Once that's done, we'll all go to the artificial satellite together.
Are there any timelines where 4 of them are dead right now? I don't think so. There isn't even one where 2 or 3 of them are dead. I guess we'll just have to check different timelines one by one. Indeed. We should probably go and find Dotami's liver mortis code tomorrow. You remember, don't you? She's killed in the battle against Veshness in some timelines. We'll jump to the coming of age timeline, which branches off from that event. Coming of age timeline? You don't remember it, so I doubt there's any point in explaining. It's a timeline that plays out like some kind of teen drama. Like, wow, the teenage dream, you know what I mean? I had no idea what she was trying to tell me. Kiriko stared into the distance, eyes narrowed with a kind of wistful yearning. We should head back soon. You know when we can leave tomorrow, right? Yeah, I just checked the device. Our window's between 7:30 and 11:10 p.m. I'll head to the lab in the morning. I still have some maintenance to finish. You'll come to the lab alone by 7 o'clock, or else. He left before I could respond, as usual. Left on my own, I casually glanced up at the sky and saw the satellite. We might be able to get there before long. All we needed was 4 more liver mortis codes. As I thought about that, I found it hard to calm the thumping in my chest. I stretched my hand toward the satellite and clasped my fingers into my palm, as if I could somehow catch it in my grasp. Day 50. Ding dong bing bong. Okay, does everyone have one now?
Everyone except Miss Shizuhara.
Oh, that's fine. She went out to explore early this morning. I gave her hers before she left. Just a lame metal. I think I might be allergic to this cheap metal plating.
When was recycling day again? You can't throw them out.
Yeah, in case you didn't notice, you've just been bestowed medals of great honor. Honor my ass. Hey everyone, why don't we have a party tonight? A party? Yeah, it's to celebrate the halfway point. Now you're speaking my language, bro.
I'm up for that. Me too.
Count me in. One after another, everyone expressed their approval of the idea.
Well, Takumi?
I was unsure how to respond. I wouldn't be there that night. I had to jump to that coming-of-age timeline, but I couldn't come out and say that, so... Yeah, of course. I'll let Hiroko know about it, too.
That settles it. Tonight we'll have a halfway to 100 party.
Sounds good, but the name's kind of mid, ain't it?
Then how about we call it a hump day party?
I am picking up what you are putting down, Ms. Amamiya.
That does sound kind of fun. Sure, why not? See there, Nico. You don't mind, do you?
Well, the next offensive battle is on day 57, so... Okay, I'll grant you special permission.
But no freaking, no grinding, and no throwing it back. Hey, Kyosuke, maybe don't bring your sword to this one.
I would never freak or grind with the holy Jumonji sword. We spent the morning and afternoon preparing for the party. I knew I wasn't going to be able to participate, but I was also in no place to refuse, so I helped out too. As the day wore on, the sun sank steadily west in the sky. It was 5:40 p.m. I still had some time until I had to meet Hiroko, but I didn't want to get yelled at for being late, so I decided to leave the school and head to the lab early. I stepped into the entrance hall. Skide and Nigo were there, almost as if they'd been waiting for me. Another late night with Shizuhara, huh, Simono?
You know the rules about relationships between students. No heavy petting.
That's not what's going on. We'll be back before the day is over, so there shouldn't be a problem. What about the hump day party?
You're not going to attend?
No, sorry. Do me a favor and come up with an excuse for me. You're a real loose cannon, pal. Although I admit you're the one keeping our operation running smoothly.
We've yet to experience a single fatality, and you even managed to get Mr. Aotsuki to cooperate with us.
So for now, we'll let your egregious behavior slide. Normally, I'd have to execute you for this kind of stuff, you know. I'm so sorry, and so grateful for your generosity and understanding.
You didn't mean that at all.
So I never would have guessed the cerebral glitch repair program could be used like that. You managed to fix Aotsuki's defect, and successfully used the domestic therapy on him, too. Sounds like Shizuhara's handiwork more than yours, but it was still a brilliant idea.
You're the one who created the program, sir. I think you're the true brains here.
Oh, is that right? I mean, of course. Only a 300 IQ genius like me could ever make such a thing. Nigo, the thumb drive you gave Hiroko must have had a copy of the program on it, right?
Huh? I never made any copies.
Me neither.
Actually, I don't recall giving Miss Hiroko any thumb drive in the first place.
Yeah, there was only ever one of those. What does that mean? On the night of day 16, Hiroko and I leapt to the killer zombie timeline. We had two goals back then. Preventing the death of Hiroko 2, and purging the Gi data from Takumi 2's brain. We succeeded in saving Hiroko 2, but failed to capture Takumi 2. I got cornered by him, fell out of the bathroom window, and got knocked unconscious. The next thing I knew, it was day 17. When I woke up back in my room in this timeline, Hiroko told me...
Treating Takumi 2. That's been taken care of too. I actually had 2 thumb drives. Nigo gave me an extra one as a spec. I gave it to Hiroko too. I revealed myself to her and explained everything. She injected Takumi too, with anesthetic, and used the repair program I'd given her to treat him.
Could it be she lied to me? She never gave Hideko 2 the thumb drive? Which would mean in that timeline, Takumi 2 is...
He's still infected with the Gi data.
I see, so Sire and Ego exposed my secret. Well, it's true. I never gave Hideko 2 a thumb drive. What? But why would you lie to me? I'm sorry, I can't tell you that. Why the hell not? Do you have any idea what you've done? If we'd fixed Takumi 2, then... Ava wouldn't have had to die on day 25. And we could have prevented Moko's death on day 43. Hideko remained silent. Her face was screwed up slightly and she was staring at her feet. Fine, if you can't tell me why, that's all there is to it. We only have 5 minutes until we can leap anyway. But if you really can't tell me, you have to let me choose the next timeline we leap to instead. Where are you planning to go? Isn't it obvious? The serial killer timeline. I'm going to erase the Gi data from Takumi 2's brain. If I don't do something, everyone except you will end up being killed. There's no other place for that timeline to go. Just more branches that ended with Takumi 2 murdering everyone. So you want to create a new branching path? Yes, we're going to create a timeline where nobody else has to get killed. A future where everyone who's left can live out a happy life. What if I refuse to go with you? I need that thumb drive of yours to fix Takumi 2, but there's only one, so... Are you going to take it from me by force? Takumi, you promised me last night. You said we'd go to the coming-of-age timeline and find Dotomi's livor mortis code. Remember what you said our top priority was? Making it to 10 AM on day 100 in this timeline together and happy. The surest way to do that is to go find those 4 livor mortis codes and call the rescue craft. We'll have a greater chance of survival if we go to the artificial satellite. As a result, we'll finally be freed of this time loop. Hideko's words helped me regain my composure a little. What she was saying made complete sense. The versions of our friends in this timeline are our top priority. And, even if I did manage to fix the serial killer timeline's Takumi, it wouldn't erase the branch of that timeline where he never got cured. A timeline where Takumi 2 killed everyone would still exist somewhere in Blood's space. Knowing that, was there any point in fixing him? One rail would still be covered in flames no matter what I did. But then I thought about what Hideko had told me before.
Of course, one of them is still destined to burn in hellfire. There's no changing that. But it's better than if we'd never added that second line at all. At least this gives the passengers a 1 in 2 chance at happiness.
I sincerely apologize for lying. I was obviously in the wrong. In spite of everything I just said, I'll let you make the final decision. You lead, I'll follow. I'll keep my mouth shut and cooperate with whatever you want to do. I thought about it. Should we go to the coming-of-age timeline to find Dotomi's livor mortis code? Or should we go to the serial killer timeline to fix Takumi 2? After a lot of agonizing, I came to a conclusion. Oh, we're getting a decision! Oh. It's been so straightforward this entire time. It's unexpected. I've decided I think you might be right. So we're going to the coming-of-age timeline? I nodded listlessly. This doesn't mean I don't feel anything for everyone in the serial killer timeline, but what matters to me most is everyone here in this one. You don't have to explain. I know how much it pained you to make this choice. Takumi, this is the right choice. We won't regret it. No, I won't let it cause us any regret. Hideko placed her hand on my shoulder and I felt some of the tension in my chest ease up. 7:40 p.m. It's been 10 minutes since the leap window opened. In order to regain the time we lost, we speedily put on our leap suits and reconfigured the machine. And then... Here we go. Alright, we've made it to the school, but we can't afford to linger. Why not? We have until 10 p.m. That's plenty of... Have you forgotten what we came here to do? Look at the coat on Donnie's back, right? Yes, on her dead body. And where do you think that body is? I don't remember anything about this timeline. You should still know. Donnie was killed in the battle against Veshnes on day 9. That day is the start of this timeline in the Box of Calamity timeline. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure all of us buried her. Now that you remember, you know what we have to do.
We're going to dig up her grave.
Do we have any other option? That's why I said we couldn't linger.
But...
I understand your reservation. I don't want to do this either, but our hands are tied. We have to do this if we want to go to the artificial satellite.
Okay.
I grabbed a nearby shovel, shut my eyes tightly, and drove it into the ground. Hideko and I started to dig in silence. With each shovelful of dirt, there was a searing ache in my chest. Eventually, we saw Donami's body in the dirt. She was drained of her cryptoglobin, leaving behind nothing but a blackened mummy. It was tragic to look at. My heart felt like it was about to burst. I averted my eyes.
We have to do this. She fought valiantly to protect all of us in this timeline. Her body is the embodiment of all of the nobility and sacredness of that act. It would be rude of us to look away.
I bit my lip and gave a small nod, looking back down at Donami.
I'm sorry, Darumi. I'm going to have to move you a little. We're doing this so you can live on elsewhere. So please, forgive us.
Hideko apologized as she lifted up the body and turned it around. On the back was a single number.
Does that say 5?
Seems so.
We carefully restored Donami's grave.
Thank you, Darumi.
Please, rest in peace.
We pressed our palms together as we said goodbye to her, then quietly took our leave. Day 51. Ding dong bing bong. I made my way to the cafeteria for breakfast. When I got there, I saw everyone but Sita and Nigo. Talk to me, how many times is this now, man? Yeah, would you kindly stop disappearing all of a sudden, Captain?
We went over this last night, didn't we? Takumi went to the city ruins to destroy some enemy recon devices. Isn't that right?
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't sure why Eita was covering for me, but I decided I'd better just go with the flow.
Hideko, you went off exploring and never came back.
What were you up to?
Well, You met up with Takumi in the city, right? Then you finished the mission together.
Yes, exactly.
Mr. Sumino, at least say something before you take off.
Yeah, we would have helped you destroy those devices.
There weren't that many of them, so there was no need for us to send a huge group. I think Takumi was just trying to be considerate when he decided to go alone. He didn't want to ruin our plans for the Hump Day party. That's why he did it. But in the end, the Hump Day party was cancelled.
You and Hideko were gone. There was no point in doing it without you.
I see. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for that to happen. No, you had something to deal with. Although I guess you don't need forgiveness from this degenerate trash heap.
But I'm seething. If you want my forgiveness, you'll have to play Russian roulette with me.
Hearing Donami say that brought tears to my eyes. It reminded me of her as I saw her last night. And here she was, right here in front of me, alive. I couldn't stop the emotions from surging inside of me as I thought about it.
Hey, don't look at me like that. It's not good for my mental state.
Okay, then let us all enjoy some Russian roulette.
Ava, do you know what Russian roulette is?
Yes, of course. Miss Kawana can just soup up the wheels so it goes full tilt. Mesdames and messieurs, place your bets. Oh, for the love of murder. Thanks to Eito's cover story, Hideko and I weren't questioned any further. Everyone ate breakfast together and left the cafeteria. The only ones left behind were Hideko, Eito, and myself. Sorry about that, Eito. Thanks for the help. Yes, thanks to you, we somehow managed to explore our way out of things. But why that story? Takumi, you vanished right before the Hump Day party, right? I thought if I didn't say anything, everyone would get upset and go looking for you. Then your clandestine activities would be interrupted. So I said what I said to appease everybody. Did you know what we were doing last night? Nothing specific. I had a vague notion you might be leaping to another timeline, though. I told Ato about the parallel leaping, by the way. Right, I know all about your little secret. I know better than anyone that your objective is to keep everyone alive. But that's why you covered for us. I told you before, right? I'll do everything it takes to regain your trust. That's why I came up with that story. I left Hirako and Ato and returned to my room. Then I started my usual rounds. Who was I giving gifts to? Yugamu. It was Yugamu. It was medical tools. Bond up. Bond 4.
I've killed plenty of people as an assassin, albeit reluctantly. I'm pretty good at compartmentalizing, so there aren't many targets that left an impression on me. But I do remember one particularly bizarre job. My target was staying in a heavily guarded VIP hospital room. When I finally managed to sneak in, I saw a very young girl in bed there. She was the daughter of a rich family, but she had a chronic, debilitating illness. Her parents had been subjecting her to all kinds of treatments to prolong her life. Unable to bear with the pain any longer, she decided to put an end to it all, so she used her own savings to pay me to kill her. I fulfilled her request in the swiftest and most painless way possible. That was when I first realized that there could be mercy in murder. So if you ever want a merciful death for yourself, you know who to call.
I had a feeling you were here. We don't need to arrange meetings anymore, do we? If we have something to talk about, we can just come here. Does that sound good? I nodded. By the way, have you looked at your device yet? Not yet. What? You don't care when we'll get our next livor mortis code? Not really, it's just... Then look now, you'll be surprised. I pulled out the device and looked at the screen. I saw the numbers on the display and... Are you serious? 12:05 to 12:35 a.m. on day 74? Yes, that's the next time the blood space waves will surge. That's more than 20 days from now! That's right. The livor mortis codes we know right now are... Tabasa 2... 808, Mariko 0, Kako 9, Shoma 3, and as we saw last night, Sodomy 5. That's a total of 6. But we need 9 codes in all. Do we need to wait until day 74 until we can go find the other 3? Unfortunately, you're still not quite right. It's likely impossible we'll be able to get any on day 74. We only have 30 minutes to leave on that day. It takes longer than that to get from the lab to the school even if we sprint. It's just not possible. Hirako nodded with a deep sigh. When did the blood space waves increase after that? That's not on the device yet, so we have no idea. Either way, our goal stays the same. We need to get to the artificial satellite as soon as possible. Whether that ends up happening on day 80 or day 90. Well, even if we leave with only 10 days left, it beats being stuck here. Then let's stay focused, Takumi. For now, we continue with our school routine as usual until day 74. Things will be fine. Don't worry about the defensive battles. We know exactly who will attack us and when. At the very least, we can be sure no one's going to die permanently on the battlefield. Of course! I'm not going to let them. I'll protect them on the battlefield or anywhere else. Well said, Captain. I expect great things from you. The artificial satellite suspended in the night sky seemed just a bit further away than usual. But I couldn't let things get me down. I narrowed my eyes and cast a sharp gaze at the satellite and its cold glint. Day 52, 53, 54, 55. Day 56. For 4 days, I lived out my life at the school like I always did, as per Hiroko's advice. I laughed and trained with everyone, and sometimes got into arguments, too. But we didn't experience any serious issues, and time ticks away in relative peace. There was nothing we could do about the livor mortis codes until the blood space waves peaked again. I allowed myself to temporarily forget about that and focus on living as normal a life as possible. Day 56 came to an end. Day 57 would soon be upon us, the day of the next enemy attack. Day 57. Is everyone set?
You've all drilled the details of your next foe into your heads, right?
The commander's name is Zendaya, right?
Excuse me? Are you stupid or something? It's Zanzibar! You're both wrong, it's Zenta. And she has the ability to make copies of people?
Moko had no idea what that ability did to her the first time I went through all of this. I found myself almost slipping up and telling her, but stopped myself just in time. Feels like a real pain in the ass. It's fine, we have nothing to worry about. This time Zenta will show up with her factory settings, for lack of better words. The hell does that mean? Kiriko must have been trying to explain that Zenta would show up as herself rather than a copy of one of us. At any rate, I doubt she'll be more of a problem than any other commander. So long as we're not careful not to get copied, we should be able to win with ease. Or so Side Nigo told me yesterday. Yes, exactly.
Not true! She got it word for word. When's the enemy gonna be here again?
Right after our wake-up call.
Although we've disabled the announcement for today.
Why is that? Well, you're all here already.
But there's really no sense in playing the announcement.
Nigo had barely finished speaking when it started.
I don't think I'll ever get used to this alarm.
You'll be fine.
The Tsukumo twins are by your side.
Okay guys, let's do this. Special Defense Unit, move out. Skipping battle. Wave 1 end.
That's one problem dealt with.
Now we just have to defeat their commander, Zendaya.
I told you, it's Zanzibar! It's Zenta!
Never mind her name. We must simply kill her.
Here we go!
Here I come!
Wave 2 end.
I am Zenta, the paragon of harmony. Even if my flesh is destroyed here, my soul shall live on eternally, and it will destroy you.
With those final words, something strange happened to Zenta's body. It splintered all over and burst into tiny pieces, disappearing in a plume of smoke.
What was that? Did she self-destruct? I think she did!
That bitch couldn't fight for shit.
Yeah, she wasn't worth getting sick over.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Exactly! We managed to defeat her!
Everyone nodded in sync, though they all seemed dumbfounded by the abrupt end to the battle.
By the way, how did you like my moves, everyone?
I saw signs of effort, but it was nothing to write home about.
Ava, why are you so hard on me?
Because you irritate me.
Cut right to the bone with that one.
Anyway, since we've won our fight, why don't we do our thing?
Oh, you're not usually so eager, Shoma.
Sorry. I went and opened my gaping sewer hole of a mouth.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
Hey, snap out of it, Takumi. That's your cue.
Oh, right. Ready? Go!
Special Defense Unit! Best in the world! Indestructible and undefeated! Never lose! Never yield! Special Defense Unit, fight on!
And so ended our defensive battle. The next attack would be on day 63. We'd be fine if we could just keep this up. We had nothing to worry about. We patted each other on the shoulders and returned to the school with a spring in our steps. Day 58. 59. 60. 61. Day 62. Another 4 days passed quietly, like the calm after a storm. Nothing exciting happened. If I had to mention something, I guess it would be that the spice blend in Kodata's curry was extra hot. It upset Shoma's stomach, leading to a somewhat explosive situation. We had to do some thorough cleaning afterwards. Other than that, nothing of serious significance happened, and the days went by almost too peacefully. I was honestly starting to forget about the livor mortis codes. If things kept going out like this, there may be no reason to go looking for them after all. I got the feeling we might be able to manage the last 38 days without doing anything too special. As long as we kept holding strong against the enemy attacks anyway. We were due for another battle soon. Tomorrow on the morning of day 63. It's okay, things will turn out fine for us again. I reassured myself, crawled into bed, and fell asleep. Day 63. Oh, is this all the information there is on the enemy? Yeah, it doesn't seem like there'll be any commander this time. So we're just gonna find a bunch of weaklings? That's right.
Man, that's hardly even a real battle.
Nevertheless, it won't be without its challenges. Challenges? The cannon fodder they sent this time. They talk. They'll scream for help or call for their mothers as they attack. Well, this sounds challenging. Huh? What's the big deal? Isn't it more fun to kill them when they're crying for their mommies?
Yes, that is the greatest pleasure of all. Oh, for the love of murder. There's something seriously wrong with you two.
You're with the talk.
Don't we just avoid listening to them?
How do we do that?
We could yell over them. If we're all screaming, we'll drown them out.
But what should we yell? If we just make noises, we might still hear what they're saying.
Then why don't we yell the multiplication tables?
Multiplication tables?
It's pretty basic math. We are at a school after all.
That's a good idea. Let's give it a shot.
Yes, truly an ingenious scheme.
I think I can tell where this is going.
And then it happened. Heh, look who finally decided to show their ugly mugs.
Okay guys, let's do this. Special Defense Unit, move out.
I don't want to fight! Help me!
It's true. I can hear them. I can hear them talking.
Ah, I cannot get enough of this. It's making me hot and bothered. I cannot believe I get to kill them while listening to their pathetic cries.
It feels amazing, doesn't it? Let's just ignore those two.
Everybody else, stick to the plan.
Here goes. Starting with 2.
2 times 1 is 2.
2 times 2 is 4.
2 times 3 is 6.
2 times 4 is 51.
I saw it coming from a mile away.
Mommy, save me!
Skipping battle at start soon.
We finished with them before we were even done with 6.
We're not done yet. There's another wave.
Guess I'm gonna have to face the challenge of the 7 times table.
Kaku, don't tell me you can't do math either.
Shut up! 7 is easy peasy. Anyway, just ignore what they're saying, guys. Here goes.
Not like this! Help me!
Wait to end.
Yeah! Take that, you freaking small fry!
I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm back now.
That was a piece of cake.
Oh, are we done already?
I kinda wish there were more.
Absolutely not. I've had quite enough of multiplication.
If another wave shows up, we'll have to start multiplying double-digit numbers.
No. Please.
Mercy!
Everyone burst into laughter.
Anyway, seeing as we won...
Right. It's time.
Take it away, Captain.
Got it. Ready? Go!
Special Defense Unit, best in the world, indestructible and undefeated. Never lose, never yield. Special Defense Unit, fight on!
37 days left. I felt sure that things were really going to work out. We just had to keep going. But unbeknownst to me, somewhere in the shadows, things were starting to come apart. Little by little, it would start to gnaw at us. We have 16 minutes left in the stream. Day 64. 65. Day 66. Over the past 2 days, everyone had gotten less communicative. Whenever someone did speak, it was to make fun of someone or to make a cutting remark. It wasn't anything like our usual joking. There was no affection to it. It seemed like everyone just wanted to take out their frustrations on the people around them. I didn't know why it was happening, but we had been living together in the same place for over 65 days. It seemed natural enough that all the stress that had been building up might come out as resentment. The matter of the livor mortis codes was still on hold. Hiroko and I hadn't decided which timeline we'd jump to on day 74. We'd only have 30 minutes anyway. We couldn't get to the school from the lab and back again in such a short time. Still, it felt like a waste to let one of our rare opportunities to leap slip by. That's why Hiroko and I were at a loss about what to do on that day. Today was day 66. We were about to pass the 2/3 mark. 1/3 of our time here left. I hope we wouldn't run into any serious issues. But things don't always work out. My expectations would be crushed the very next morning. Day 67. Ding dong bing bong. I went to the cafeteria to get breakfast. As soon as I walked in, I heard screaming. Eito, I heard you were making some Eito, I heard you were making something real loud with Tsubasa in the garage last night. Loud? Don't blame someone with me. Shoma saw you. It's true. It was at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was wandering at school because I couldn't sleep when I saw both of them making something. Something that looked like a gun. A gun? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it. This is what I made. A beam gun that generates a special electromagnetic pulse. It's just a toy though. It's harmless to the human body. Eito put the barrel to his temple and pulled the trigger. See? That was an interesting way to describe it. Harmless to the human body. Then what does it harm?
It doesn't harm anything. It's really just a toy. Eito was teaching me about how the different parts come together.
Right, Tsubasa was the one who actually assembled it. I did a lot of reading while I was confined. That's where I learned how to make it. I just shared what I learned.
Why would you waste her time on a silly little toy? Keep it down!
I didn't want Sida and Nigo to find out.
That's even more suspicious. I believe you, Eito. You should always trust the shadiest character in a mystery. What do you know about mysteries? The mere fact you'd rely on assumptions about the genre shows what an amateur you are. Shut up, you nasty brat! I played dozens of mystery adventure games. I play them all to death.
I'm going to have to stop you right there, Miss Amamiya. Nobody talks to my dear sister like that. Please, everyone, calm down. Ava, I'd appreciate if you'd keep your thoughts to yourself. You're our prisoner, in case you forgot.
That's not fair. Ava is our friend. Wow, aren't we blessed? Goody Two-Shoes has weighed in with another heroic opinion. Aren't you embarrassed? Your mask is the most embarrassing thing in the room.
And it smells like poop.
I was so sweet to you, traitor.
Jeez, man, this is the problem with girls. Egad, unabashed sexism!
Your old-timey gimmick is so lame!
Who asked you to pipe up? You wanna go?
Let me get it, loser!
Shut up, all of you knock it off. Kitiko shouted at the top of her lungs. The room immediately fell silent. I'll hold on to that beam gun of yours. Kitiko held out her hands and Eito gave her the gun. I'll be the one who decides if this really is just a toy. Everybody be quiet and behave until then. You guys aren't yourselves right now. Something is very wrong. Go back to your rooms and cool off, understood? For the rest of the day, everyone did as they were told, shutting themselves in their rooms and never coming out. The sun set as we stayed inside. And when it was dark out, someone suddenly opened my door. It was Hideko. I have an update about the beam gun from this morning. I wonder if maybe it had some kind of switch somewhere that would enable and disable it. That's why I examined it, but there wasn't anything of the sort. So it really is just a toy? Eito was right that it was harmless to the human body, at least. You couldn't hurt anyone with this. I took the gun from Hideko and looked it over. It felt solid and heavy. There was definitely something mechanical inside, but nothing happened when I pulled the trigger. All I did was play a tiny, cheap sound effect. So now we know Eito and Tsubasa were telling the truth. But that's not the real issue, is it? Yeah, the beam gun was only the catalyst. There's a ton of resentment building up inside of everyone, waiting to go off. This just happened to be the spark that started the fire. If you know that's the problem, why didn't you say anything this morning? It's your job to keep everyone calm and mediate between them. I guess so, but I'm sure everyone is just exhausted. We spent 66 days living under serious pressure. Whatever it is, something has to change. Our next defensive battle is 72. We had to do something before then. Hideko fell into deep thought. Her gaze wandered. Shortly after, she pushed her fingers through her long hair and looked straight at me. Takumi, this may sound harsh, but it's your fault things ended up this way too. You've acted a little too distant from everyone in this timeline. I'd know, I've done this loop 146 times. There are timelines where you were a lot more proactive about integrating with the group. In those timelines, the others admired you more than they do now. They never would have fought like they did today. Their captain was an anchor for them, and that strengthened their unity. That doesn't mean those timelines were perfect. We lost a lot of people in them. This isn't my first time saying it, but this timeline is a real miracle. Nobody's died and Ava and Eito are on our side. You need to treasure this timeline. The experiences you have here, the time you get to spend here. Ultimately, that's what will lead to unity and harmony among the team. Hideko quietly left my room. I couldn't move. She was right, there was no doubt about that. Her words weighed heavy on me, sinking into the pit of my stomach. But I couldn't just stand there and dwell on it. I already knew what I had to do. I think I know just the thing to fix this. I clenched my fist as I murmured, trying to encourage myself. Day 66. Ding dong bing bong. Eito and Tsubasa were telling the truth. The beam gun is just a toy. I had everyone pass the gun around. They each had a turn to inspect it, nodding when they were done. But Eito, what did you even want this for? There's a picture of this beam gun in one of the books I read while I was locked up. I found the shape and design appealing, that's all. Anyway, now that we know, I'm going to give this back to Tsubasa.
Huh? Me?
You're the one who made it, right? I can give it back to Eito, but I think it would put everyone on edge. After a moment of hesitation, Tsubasa slowly reached out and took the gun. Jeez, everyone's still suspicious of me, huh? That's not it. Everyone's just kind of unbalanced right now. Little things have them jumping as shadows. But that's going to end today. Let's wash all these feelings of tension away and leave them behind for good.
Wash them away? Oh.
A party! Good goodness! Is this one of those night pools I've heard so much about? Young women and men go wild together in the pool at night. Colorful lights everywhere. We're having an evening of debauchery and hedonism, aren't we? It's not nighttime and it's not any of that other stuff either. But sure.
Are you serious? This is so, like, crazy!
Takumi, did you do all this? Well, I had a little help. From me. It's our fault the hump day party got cancelled, right? So in a way, this is an apology for that. And don't worry about swimsuits. We made sure to get them for all of you. Hold on a minute. Are we going to swim here? I told you we need to wash all the negativity away. You mean that literally? Takumi, this is the dream. You know exactly what the people want. You mean what you want? But what about Sita and Igo? Of course, I got their permission.
If things stay as tense as they have been, it will hinder the mission. I can't have that. So you get special permission.
Everybody needs a break sometimes. But don't forget to keep it in your pants.
Yoshka, that also means you need to keep your pants on.
I would never expose myself at the pool. Oh, for the love of murder. Although everyone griped and complained, they ended up changing into the swimsuits we brought for them. And so began our Paradise Pool Palooza. I had a feeling all the complaining was just to cover up how embarrassed everyone felt. It took less than 5 seconds in the water for them to start shouting in excitement. Pretty soon they all had playful smiles on their faces. Everyone forgot themselves in childlike wonder, playing like kids. I was right there with them. I joined conversations without hesitation and went crazy and loud with them. All of that strain and tension vanished in an instant. Everyone's faces looked so earnestly bright and happy, with droplets of water flying through the air. I memorized every last detail of that scene. I took in every passing moment and seared it into my brain. I never wanted to forget them. I never wanted to lose them. I could hear splashes of water all around me. Then everyone's joyous laughter echoed in the pool, drowning out the sound of water. Day 69. Ding dong bing bong. Oh, he's playing rock music on day 69 again.
Huh? We're going to do what we did yesterday all over again today?
Well, the plan's a little different.
What is this?
Can it be a festival? I've heard of these. Young men and women go crazy, chanting as they dance wild and free around a watchtower. It's a gathering of wild, abandoned artistic expression. Release pensive desires, isn't it? Absolutely not. You're right about it being a festival, though.
Wow, this is amazing! It's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life!
Oh, right, you've never been to a festival before.
That's right, I'm so touched!
How come you get go? Did you do all this? I only did about a quarter of the work. The rest was all Takumi. Takumi, you look like crap with all the dark circles around your eyes. Yeah, I was up all night working on this. You're crazy, man! I thought the pool yesterday was cool, but this is peak! I felt mixed emotions hearing Gaku's compliments. I set this whole thing up based on what Gaku did in my timeline, after all.
I'm not so hot on festivals, personally.
But they work so hard to please us. It would be a waste not to enjoy ourselves. She's right, Tatami. Don't think of it as just a festival. Think of it as a dark carnival.
Well, why didn't you say so? Now I'm feeling it. Whoop, whoop! Okay, sure, whatever that means. Anyway, let's have a blast together, guys.
But what's with this music? It's ridiculously out of place. Just then, Sita and Igo showed up. I was trying to do a rock vibe today. You went and set up this folksy thing instead.
Could you have made it more like a modern music festival?
I can see you put in a lot of effort, though. I'll give you what you want.
Wait, just 1 second.
The two of them disappeared. Some time passed, and then...
Yeah, this is more like it. This is the kind of song you need for a festival.
Then let's get this party started. Everybody cut loose and have fun. So began our fabulous, frolicsome festival fiesta. The festival was alive with activity. The air was filled with the sounds of happy chatter all around me. Everywhere I looked, I saw radiant smiles. There wasn't the slightest hint of gloom on those happy faces. Halfway through the festivities, Kurata started cooking. She made the O Suzuki family special curry recipe, handed down through the generations. It was so popular we had to line up for it, and before long we'd eaten every last drop. After we were done eating, it was Gaku's turn to entertain us.
Gaku climbed to the top of the tower, got on the DJ equipment, and showed us his skills on the turntable. The rest of us danced to the rhythm, wild and free. We went crazy, chanting and singing. We spun and flew, sweating so hard we practically melted away. And we continued to dance around the watchtower all night long. Day 70. We're getting close to when Dalsha pops up. When I woke up, the sky was already dusky. I must have reached my limit after staying up all night and partying for 2 days straight. I left my room and got ready for the day. By the time I was done, it was completely dark, almost time for dinner. I hurried to the cafeteria and announced my plan for the evening to everyone. What? You have to be kidding! You're all going to the rooftop for fireworks? Yeah, sparklers, Roman candles, aerial fireworks. I've got them all in my room. But Takumi, don't people usually space out these kinds of events?
Yeah, you gotta be out of your mind to go 3 days in a row.
Don't listen to him, bro. I'm all for it. Honestly, the pool and the festival weren't quite enough for me anyway. How does a broke bum like you have such a taste for parties? Huh? Did you say something?
Well, if it's what a captain wants, I suppose we have no real reason to refuse.
You're seriously doing this?
God damn!
If you're going to twist my arm, I guess.
Despite their complaining, the smiles on their faces betrayed their true feelings. Then it's on!
Nico,
what are you doing here? You need adult supervision to play with fire.
We're just here as chaperones.
Oh, for the love of murder. You've made us do a lot worse than light some fireworks.
I bet they're just being coy. You actually wanted to join us, didn't you? At the pool and the festival.
Absolutely not!
Not at all, not at all!
Okay, then you guys can hang out tonight. Let's lose our freaking minds! Doesn't it feel like something's missing?
Are you talking about my mask? You are, aren't you? I just can't see the fireworks with it on, that's all. That's why I left it in my room. Eek, I'm so embarrassed, don't look! Tarada, you don't need to wear that mask. You're only saying that because you think it stinks, right? Like poop, right? No, that's not it. I just think it's a waste of a very cute face, personally. Huh?
Tarada froze at a loss for words. Her face was as red as a ripe tomato. I think there's been a misunderstanding. I wasn't talking about Kurata's mask. Come to think of it, we are missing some people.
Where are them?
Hinoko, Moko, Ima, and Ava. Where the hell are they? Everyone looked around. Just then the missing four showed up. Sorry we're late.
It took some time to explain what we're doing.
Explain? He has a surprise guest for everyone tonight. He's all ready for us now, introducing our special guest for the evening.
Xion!
Xion! Yo, Xion! Everyone called out his name in surprise. Huh? What's going on? Why does everyone know his name?
We've met him plenty of times before. Yeah, well, you were busy trying to knock up Hiriko.
In other words, while we were jumping to other timelines. Hey, that's not what we were doing. Anyway, that's how you know that. That's how they know him. I only found out yesterday at the festival. I heard it from Moko, Ima, and Ava.
We thought we should bring Xion to the festival since it was such a big event.
The four of us left the gym to ask him to come, but come to think of it, the four of them had disappeared for a while the night before. Today, Nico wouldn't allow me to come. And besides, I'm not a real Special Defense Unit member. I didn't want to get in the way of your fun. He tried to refuse us again tonight. He was hesitant to come to this. We managed to convince him, and now here he is. You lot don't listen to a word I say. You're wasting his energy.
Just summoning an avatar like this uses up strength.
Is this a bad idea after all? Well, obviously.
Obviously, it's fine. Xion is as much a part of the Special Defense Unit as any of us. He's our 17th member. If he dies, we all die. If we die, he dies. Our destinies are intertwined. He's one of us, an important comrade. If you're going to disrespect one of our friends like that, well, you already know what I can do. I sent a sharp glare towards Hide and Nigo. The two of them were clearly rattled by it.
Takumi. Fine, if you're going to go that far, you can have it your way, but just for tonight.
Be grateful for the Honorable Hide's magnanimous treatment.
Thank you both, and you too, Takumi. Seriously. I nodded with a grin. Soon everyone else was smiling with me. Alright, time to get this show on the road. The fireworks are in your room, right, Takumi? Let's go get them. So began our Special Defense Unit Shining Fireworks Shindig. Every member of the team was there. Hiroko, Nozomi, Moko, Tsubasa, the Tsukumo twins, Gaku, Shoma, Takemaru, Kurata, Darumi, and Kyoshika. Even Yugama was having a blast with everybody. We had our 2 commanding officers with us too. I'm looking at what's going on in the background. It looks like Darumi and Ava. Is that Ava or chasing Kurata? And Ima and Kako are playing with sparklers. Oh, Takemaru is too. We had our 2 commanding officers with us too. And Ava and Eito, who were once hostile to us, were joining in on the fun. Last but not least, there was Shion. 19 including me, all of us alive and well. We'd gone through so much hardship in the last 70 days, fighting to survive. This was a true miracle. I took it all in, reveling in the joy in my heart. A long time ago, someone once said that life and fireworks aren't all that different. For a brief moment, they shine brightly, then they disappear into the dark. People struggle and strive to create a spark, all for that fleeting moment. That's what makes life so beautiful. Every word of what was said rang true to me. Who'd want to live forever? Being trapped in an infinite loop was a curse. I was going to break free. I was going to end this. I'd venture into the future that started from day 101 with all my friends. I'd get older with the passage of time and eventually die. One day my firework would sizzle out. This was going to be the last time I lived through this war. I'd never experience these 100 days again. The thought made my heart swell. The instantaneous flash, the spark vanishing into the darkness, the flicker of the decaying embers were all breathtakingly beautiful. Day 71. This will be the last day. Our 3-day party binge finally ended yesterday. The next enemy attack would be tomorrow, day 72. We couldn't keep up the merriment forever. We needed to switch gears. Once I was done with my breakfast and back in my room, I headed back out to make my rounds. Okay, today's just free time. You know what? I think I'll end it here. I'm still missing a lot of endings. Especially this in the middle. Like, what the fuck is this? What are these? Okay. Let me save again. And then I'll end the stream. Okay. I think Saki was playing 100 line 2 as well. Yeah, he is. Okay, I'm sending everyone over to Saki. I don't know what route he's on. Goodbye, everybody. I'll be playing Silk Song tomorrow. Goodbye. And of course I'll be doing steno practice. I need to finish my steno practice for today. Goodbye.